So one of the things while we're waiting for Veritas to show up, I suppose there probably were a bunch of questions from the dope folks wondering what we got ourselves into, why were we so far advanced. So we could probably do some Q&A while we're waiting.
Sure, yeah. I can definitely do some Q&A. So do you guys want me to just kind of start talking because I love the sound of my own voice, or do you actually want to give me some questions?
Well, let's...
I guess you start talking and then...
Yeah, start talking, and then if any questions pop up, that'll be good.
Sure. So I'm going to glaze real quickly over Mage itself. Mage was published by a company called White Wolf. It's part of the overarching World of Darkness. By the way, if my camera needs adjusting or my volume needs adjusting, please shout out to me. Anyways, it's part of the overarching World of Darkness, which is a setting that takes place essentially in the 90s, but you can do it in modern day. Hey, what's up, volume? And I've set mine in modern day. What we have here is a D10 system as opposed to a D20 system, and a very fluid system, whereas Dungeons & Dragons is very, very book-heavy, very, very rule-heavy. You can sort of get away with winging it. So, for example, if it's a really important character for them to be looking at, I'll make a character sheet. But you don't need to make a character sheet of every single villain they're ever going to fight, every single person they're ever going to fight. You just don't need to do any of that kind of stuff. So it's very flowing, and I think it just kind of lends itself to this medium. The World of Darkness itself, every myth is true in modern day, so there's mages, vampires, werewolves, mummies, changelings, pretty much anything you can imagine with their own little twists to them. So, for example, mages, which is what all the characters in this party are not, I put on my robe and wizard hat, shoot fireballs out of my hands because I have a handy-dandy spellbook. In this game, a mage is a human being who has a shard of one of the ancient beings that created reality itself. That's the best way I could put it, in themselves, and have realized that they can bend reality to their will. So whereas, you know, a classic wizard would shoot a fireball from a fireball spell, a mage in this game would use the Forces Sphere to manipulate the reality around him to create a fire in some way. In my envisionment of the world, I'm going to lower my camera just a little bit. In my envisionment of the world, New York City is a free state. So what I mean by that is this game is very politically driven. So the vampires have their own political society that's divvied up in all sorts of different ways. Lower it more. Lower my volume, you mean, or lower the game volume?
He's joke flirting with you. That's the winky face. He wants.
Oh, my camera! My bad. Sorry, brain not good for smart making. I mean, I can always change my channel to 18+. I mean, whatever. So,
AO games in here.
Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So the game is very politically driven. So the vampires have the whole world kind of split up into political factions, and they all have their own respective roles and rules and a bunch of bullshit. The mages are always fighting off against the technocracy, whereas the mages are sort of free-flowing reality bending. The technocrats view technology and magic as the exact same thing. So there's all this political drama going on. In our world, New York City is a free state that has been liberated post-colonization of America by a single mage and a single vampire a long time ago. The actual details the party doesn't know, and it's absolutely shrouded in mystery. The party in the past couple of weeks, who all live in New York, all take advantage of this free state, have gotten themselves into some fun trouble, if you ask me. They've taken down a blood/human trafficking ring. They've met the, I guess we'll call him Crown Prince of New York. He doesn't like that title because he's not part of Camarilla, but he is a vampire and he does sort of adjudicate, is that the correct word? Over New York.
Stop.
They are on a bit of a quest for him. He's collecting religious artifacts, and he claims, and the party believes, and they have no reason to doubt him, that he is doing this to sort of make sure they don't fall into the wrong hands. The party is wrestling with this fact, as they have kind of brought up on their own. How do they know he's not the wrong hands?
Mm.
But so far, they have no reason to distrust him. He's done right by them so far. So last week, we had them hunting down a couple of shards or torn pieces, or whatever they could really find, of the Dead Sea Scrolls. For whatever reason, the Prince of New York, whose name is Mahmoud, is very interested in them. They recently went to a pawn shop and were able to actually purchase one outright for a large sum of money. Kenji, played by Flippin' Kamikaze, fell in love with a stuffed ox, which he believed to be the ultimate...
It was a buffalo?
Yes, it was a buffalo. I apologize. It was a stuffed buffalo, which he believed to be the ultimate trophy of all ice skating in the whole world. But nevertheless, he overcame that obsession, and they were able to obtain one of the sets of Dead Sea Scrolls. Afterwards, they visited the Met, because there is an exhibit of religious artifacts going on there, and they saw another set of Dead Sea Scrolls. Unfortunately, all of them mistook it for a Denny's menu, except for Ken. But Ken doesn't know enough about this stuff to really analyze its worth. The only thing they know is, that's a Dead Sea Scroll. This is a huge-ass museum. Uh-oh. So they left for now. Later on in the day, they met with we're going to call them an antique or an artifact broker, whose proprietor goes by the name of Molly. She is in love with Mark for reasons we will not even begin to get into. And she has struck up a deal with the party to trade them the Dead Sea Scrolls that she has for some cash, a couple of less important artifacts they have, and a favor. The favor has not been outlined, and that is the cliffhanger that we left off at last time. We are streaming live at Dopefish Lives from the perspective of Ken, one of the players. If you are interested for the GM, I'll say that from a more pen and paper standpoint. In the World of Darkness, we are called storytellers. If you'd like it from the storyteller's perspective, you can tune in at www.twitch.tv/ThrillJoeBaggins. That is my channel.
And just a quick correction, it's dopelives.com.
What did I say?
Dopefishlives.com.
Sorry. I'm looking at the chat. And
You're trying to do many things, yes.
I am a man and an engineer, so I'm just completely not good at multitasking. So dopelives.com. I apologize.
It's all good.
Yes. So Mark pointed out something absolutely excellent. What's going to be a little bit unique about your viewing experience tonight is that we are all very... except for me, we're all pretty new at this. Kenji, Flippin' Kamikaze, has played some pen and paper games before. He has not played the World of Darkness before. Everyone else is new to pen and paper games whatsoever. So that, in my opinion, is a very good thing, both for you guys, the viewers, for me, the storyteller, and for the players themselves. We're all kind of learning together, and I think that none of them are bound by preconceived notions. So we had a very interesting game so far. I will not introduce the players themselves. I think that they can do that themselves as they come up, and I think you'll, quite frankly, just learn who they are as we go, and either love them, hate them, or love to hate them. I think we all know which one that applies to each. And as I said, as we go, if anyone has any questions, I'll try to answer them, but we are playing a game, so I'll do what I can. But most importantly, I'm looking for technical questions. If you guys want me to turn up or turn down some volumes, please let me know, because last week we had a bit of a problem with the player volume. I forgot to turn my desktop audio up on OBS. I fixed that this time, so you should be able to hear them no problem. We have a very special guest viewing over at Twitch. We have Callisto viewing the game session tonight. That is my wife. She will be watching us make fools of ourselves.
Oh boy. That's not terrifying at all.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Everything's fine. It's fine. So if you want to go ahead and get her take on how much of an asshole I am, you can head over to my Twitch channel.
How's she going to feel when I start flirting with you in-game?
It'll pretty much be exactly like it is when we hang out in real life.
True. Good point.
I don't know how it'll be any different.
I'll probably be more clothes on than normal.
Exactly. This is actually, I think she's just happier about the fact that we're across camera and thus can't touch each other.
Exactly.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
My father's gay.
This is Obama's America.
Exactly.
2016.
Well,
let me just make sure I got my chats in order.
Sure.
My chats, let me show you them.
character sheets. Alright.
I got my character sheet. I got my stuff ready. Yeah, okay.
I tried to open character sheets, and my computer wants nothing to do with it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, dog shot.
Dog just wants to be a character. That's all it is.
Look, Bark Carl is a character as far as I'm
Bark
concerned.
Carl. We might actually have more luck if you just like go by his like commands. Like, okay, I need 1 bark if we do this, 2 barks if we don't.
The funny thing is that Mark Carl's dog would get you killed less times than Mark Carl. So, I think where I'd like to pick up is the last session ended with you guys reaching an agreement with Molly, the broker, leaning in and saying that she thinks she can make a deal with you as long as you're willing to perform a certain favor for her. You all
Correct.
agreed, and she said, let's get started.
Correct.
I think I would like to start that now it's the next day. She has
Okay.
explained to you what she wants you to do, which I obviously will.
I was gonna say.
And I would like you guys to tell me where you would meet up to discuss the plan. So where do you think you guys would meet to discuss a plan like this?
I would say the library again,
Yeah.
under NYU.
Okay, so NYU's library has a pocket dimension inside of it, which is the Chantry of the Order of Hermes, 2 of which of our party members, Ken and Conrad, are members of. So you will be in that pocket dimension, which is represented like a gigantic library.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, by the way. I'm just finishing up my food.
Yeah, in case anyone sees Mark Carl kind of waft away here and there, he has a wireless headset, so he's always there.
He's waiting and listening.
Well, now I'm turned on.
Started early.
Things are getting weird already.
Par for the course for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the sake of the game, let's go ahead and create a new page. Bring it a little farther up. We are using Roll20, excellent app for pen and paper games over the internet, if you ask me. No, I know. Come on, Google, don't fight me. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, going there, going there, going there. So for the sake of the game, we are going to use this incredibly famous picture for the library.
Oh boy.
We are all going to know what it is. It's not going to be surprising to anybody. Yes, I know it's not correct, and it's not even whatever. But you can all piss off because it's the image we're going to use. If I could ever get this working. What the hell's wrong with my computer today? Potato, please. So there you go. Shout out to Ireland.
It's a shame Richie B isn't here. He's one of our Irish members.
Oh, okay. Well, this
Community,
is the
but-
this is actually a picture of Trinity College, long room library in Dublin, Ireland. Absolutely beautiful if you get the chance to go.
Noted.
So, you guys are in the library. So what happened yesterday is Molly's favor that she needs of you is there's a specific artifact that a client is looking to purchase from her. She was a little bit vague as to the details of it, but she said that she can't buy it. So she needs you guys to obtain it, and that's the only word she would use to describe how this is going to happen. You guys were like, steal, launder, like, what do you mean? She's like, I just need you to obtain it. And she handed you a business card, and it is a very, comparatively, small museum, comparative to the Met, which you guys were just at a little while ago. And it is an offshoot of a church. So, somewhere off in Queens, there's a church, and it kind of has an attached building that is a museum. The museum is specifically Catholic, artifacts and artwork. It's not that big, but it is certainly nothing to laugh at. She explains to you that there is a reliquary, a very specific vial that she needs. She didn't tell you too much about what's inside of it. She just said she gave you an item number, and she said, this is what I need you to obtain. And you were like, well, buy it, steal it, don't want to know. I need you to obtain this for me. Do you think you can do that? You all reluctantly agreed, and it is the next day. You all agreed to meet in the library the next day to discuss how you're going to go about doing this. So the scene opens with you guys hanging out in the library trying to figure out how you're going to go about doing this.
Okay, just to make sure I got this right. So there is a reliquary in this museum that is tied to a church in Queens that we must obtain.
Yes.
Okay. If I were to attempt any sort of Google searching or any internet searches, occult searches even,
what are you looking for?
to just get more information on this reliquary.
You wouldn't find anything no matter what.
Okay.
She didn't even tell you. She gave you an item number. She didn't even tell you what's a reliquary is a thing that you hold like a piece of a saint in. So like
Right.
I mean that literally like a lobe of an ear. So she was very non-specific about what it was. So it's
So it may
like
not-
you would literally have to go like this museum new reliquary, and it would just be like maybe the website of the museum, and that's all you'd get.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I'm just I'm looking through the rest of the gang, I guess. So what are you thinking?
Maybe
I guess we have to go in there and ask to see a list of their items.
yeah, just walk in there with an item number and say, "Hey, I'm looking to purchase this."
Yeah.
It's important to remember in these discussions that she made it sound like she tried obtaining it through purchase, and it wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
Otherwise, why would she need you?
Right.
I mean, yes, we can at least head over there and scope it out, see what we're looking at.
True.
Maybe we just go in there, have McLean flex a little bit, and just walk out with it.
Take your shirt off.
At the very least, we should take a look. So, I look over at Conrad. Feel like taking a ride?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll split the party.
Well, I'm off.
is
I mean,
happening?
I make sure everybody's tagging along for starts.
Everybody except Mark.
Who's
Yeah, but the
apparently-
More
problem
cooking.
the problem is that Mark's the only guy that knows anything about this stuff.
Right.
I'm useful when you least expect it.
That means we get to spend 3 hours trying to figure out what we're doing.
What is a church? What is life? What is
Denny's menu.
everything is about the Denny's menu, yes.
Or McDonald's.
Or McDonald's.
As an aside, it's important to note that it's the next day, so any obsessions, looking at you, Ken, that anyone may have had have worn off.
Man.
Okay. So I am no longer interested in
It's not that you'll
Reacquire.
never remember it fondly. It's that it is not overcoming
Foremost
your
in my
mind.
head.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that you live and breathe for.
That was definitely a thing for a while.
Yeah, I believe it. I lived it. I know. Okay.
He says, caressing the vial of ashes around his neck.
If I had a reliquary, or it probably would be a reliquary for me, but I'd probably keep a vial if I could. All right, so I do think we need to scope out the place. Why is Mark unable to join us? Is it just because he's not here right now, or?
No, I can join you.
Okay, I was just wondering, because people are like whispering, "We split up the group," and I'm like, "No, don't do that. No."
That was me that said that.
Oh.
He said, "Can you ride with me, Connor?" I was like, "We're splitting up the group."
No.
I
Everybody's
know.
tagging along, absolutely. I just say before we go though, I just mentioned let me just grab a couple things, and I'll be back in like 10 minutes. So, Thrill Joe, I am going to grab my backpack of regular carrying, if you will, and in it, I'm just gonna get like some surveillance gear. So binoculars, probably 4 for everybody, 1 for everybody to have.
Not
What do
4
you
for
do on the
everyone.
weekends that you have on this shit?
Say what?
What are you doing on the weekends that you have all this shit?
I have my resources.
Relax,
I got my ways to do things.
He's a guy, he knows things.
So I want
You
to.
got like a Cabela's subscription, so you get that.
You don't even want to see his Eddie Bauer collection.
So yeah, binoculars. I don't think there's anything else that I would really need.
So you got a backpack full of binoculars.
Backpack with binoculars for everybody. I mean, I don't know if I can find any like portable listening devices or anything like that. Maybe. What even is my tech skill? Would I know like?
Well, I think that in this specific case, given that you're not like using tech in the sense of like, ooh, let's figure out how this works. You're more doing like a military action, like a scouting mission. I think one could argue this could be considered a stealth role.
Okay.
Or a survival role. One could make that argument.
Oh, they're unfortunately they're all the same regardless. So
Yeah, either way, it's 2-2-2. So.
yeah. So with that in mind, I'd probably just like grab different things that I would need for like surveillance. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna act into it now, but maybe a couple of grappling hooks, glass cutter.
When you say grappling hooks, do you mean like the guns that don't exist in real life, or are you talking about swoop, swoop, swing?
Swoop, swoop, swing.
Okay.
Unless I guess I technically could make a fucking Batman grappler, couldn't I?
You could not magically.
Okay. Fair enough.
You don't have the correct spheres.
Ah, fair. Okay, so then yeah, it's just gonna be swoop, swoop, swing.
Okay.
Couple of those. Let's see. I don't know.
You can. I'll tell you what though. If you wanted to make a charisma streetwise roll, you could determine whether or not you could find some. Just because you don't have the spheres doesn't mean somebody else you know doesn't.
Okay, so then 2. Okay, so that's gonna be. That means I'm gonna go to roll 4. So where are my dice at? I will do 4d10.
1, 1, 1, 1.
Well, 1.
You
Oh, God.
you ask around, but nobody's really around to help you out. It's not that nobody's willing to help you out. It's just that no one's really around.
Right,
Anyone you would
okay.
think to ask about this just isn't there.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, swing, swing, throw.
Click, click, boom.
Grappling. Yes. Wow, you really went there?
Oh, I went there.
I can't think of anything else that I'd want to throw in there. Yeah, the glass cutter, like I mentioned. Yeah, that's it for now, I guess.
Okay.
Collect it all and just head back with the backpack and start handing everybody a pair of binoculars. We'll probably need these.
In the 10 minutes that he was gone, does anybody do anything? Other than just shoot the shit.
What time is it?
I think it's safe to say. Well, I don't know. What time would you guys agree to meet up?
I'd figure like early morning-ish, like 10, 11.
Yep.
Early morning, 11.
For my character, yeah.
For Mark's character, that is pretty.
That's
For
what I
Mark's
saw.
character, he was probably up 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He was doing
I
a
would
gig
use
last
the
night,
time.
so
Hour
yeah.
and a half.
So okay, so it's like we'll say it's 11 o'clock.
Yep. I'm gonna catch a few Z's while we're waiting for this idiot.
And
I was gonna mark you lay your head down on the table. Okay.
Next to my food. Next to my food.
Does anybody
wow.
does anybody do anything else in the meantime?
I think those were no's.
So I then walk back with the backpack. All right, I'm set to go.
We taking the ice cream truck?
I think it's the only thing that can fit all 4 of us.
Yeah, we can hop on the back of McLean's chopper. Look weird, but we can do it.
Just a big line.
I have a street bike, so I don't know how well that's gonna work
Oh,
out.
even better.
This is literally me like.
I've seen those trick videos on YouTube. You can do it.
I will. Shall we? I start walking out the door, hoping everybody will follow.
Alright, so you guys head to the ice cream truck, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, as you guys walk out, what's your marching order, just out of curiosity?
Well, I think I was leading, headed towards the garage.
Figured Conrad would be up there just because it's his car.
I got the keys and everything.
Kenji walks over to the ice cream truck, jiggles the handle. Oh, right.
Not mine.
So, okay, so we're going to say Conrad, Kenji.
I'll be last.
You'll be last? Alright, so McLean, and then Mark. So, in that order, I would like you guys to describe what you look like to the viewers at home.
Sure.
So, starting with Conrad.
So I am a 25-year-old inner-city black kid from New York. I am 6 foot, about $175. Wearing a nice fashion-forward blue suit. Look pretty dapper. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, next up
Okay.
is Kenji.
Okay, for me, I might be able to actually fit this. Hang on. I am a 40-year-old, well, I appear to be a 40-year-old Asian man. Speaks pretty good English because I'm Asian American. I am wearing a suit that looks like this, which is a brown jacket with a blue shirt with brown and white cross-stitching, if you will. Yeah, slightly salt and pepper hair, about 5, what was I say, 5'8", 5'9", somewhere in there, and hold on, yeah, yeah, that's me, 185.
Okay, so next up would be McLean.
I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. I'm wearing a blue seersucker suit with a yellow shirt and blue suede shoes.
So, so happy I gave you guys these suits.
Last up to me.
Last up, I wasn't sure if he was done.
Okay. Okay, I think so.
Yeah, so, alright, so if he's done, then you're up.
Yeah. So I'm a 32-year-old white guy, about 6 foot, 195, brown hair, brown eyes, you know, just your typical white guy, and that's basically what I am, like just very exceptionally generic looking.
Milquetoast, one might say.
Exactly. You know, often gets asked, like, oh, do I know you, or you look like kind of like that. It's like, always looks recognizable, but never is the person you think it is. My suit is like a 70s style, but a little bit more modernized, red, almost burgundy suit with white Pee Wee Herman shoes.
Oh god, I love those shoes.
Yeah.
So you guys all head out to the ice cream truck, which is Conrad's main form of transportation. Do you guys all just kind of pile in?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take the passenger seat, if there even is one, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's seating for all of you.
Mm.
So, do you guys just head straight to the museum you're looking for in Queens?
Yeah, unless anybody wants to stop for a burger or something.
I can easily find McDonald's if necessary.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
Sponsored by McDonald's every game.
It's got to be, you know.
No, I don't think we need anything.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it. Let's roll.
I would like Conrad to roll Dex Drive.
Oh, God.
We wrap our car around the pole.
Yep. Game's over.
Whoop. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Ooh, that 10 though.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you make it there, you make it there half an hour earlier than you expected.
We opened a fucking hole in space-time and just poof.
Yeah.
So you pull up right in front. No problem. ipso facto, you're sitting out front.
What's it look like?
It is so it's 2 buildings. One is your typical church, steeple, steepled roof, whatever the hell the tower at the top's called. It looks like a church. Physically attached to that, kind of like how you would expect to see a rectory, there's a kind of generic rectangular-ish, square-ish building that you would expect to see in any New York City borough, attached to it, physically attached. Given that this is Queens, it is certainly not, skyscraper. So it's a little bit more spaced out. There are alleyways on each side. It looks like there's even a parking lot for this church. You'd have to go behind it.
We're gonna park in that parking lot.
Okay, so you pull up into the parking lot, and you guys all kind of just pile out.
Yeah, let's hop out, stretch out, and just look around, see what we can see just by looking at the outside.
Yeah.
Are there windows to this museum?
So the museum itself has you look at, actually everyone make a perception awareness roll.
Yeah, that works. So means I'm doing.
Oops.
Looks like the sky may or may not be blue.
McLean, you go. Oh, great, a house of God. Mark, you go. Man, when I was first starting off, I think I did a scene just like this. Ken and Conrad. Ken and Conrad, you both look at it and you go, yep, there are windows. Those are windows. There are a couple of stained glass windows in the church. There are normal windows on the rectory. We'll call the second building the rectory. It is safe to assume that's the museum, or at least part of it. You notice that it is 2 stories, and you can't get a good read of how big it is, though. But it's definitely 2 stories, flat roof. There are windows all around. There's a fire escape, and then there's the church attached to it.
And what about an entrance? Do you have to go through the church to get into it?
So I am working on that for you. Ooh, I think I found the exact one I'm looking for. Beautiful. Oh, no, I don't want to use that one because everyone's going to make fun of me because it's a stock photo I can't legally use. So, it is a... for the sake of brevity, we're going to go ahead and use this one. If you went back around the front, there would be the normal, gigantic, ornate door that you would always expect. If you go where you're standing, there is a back door to the church. There is a back door to the rectory area. In the little area that kind of connects them, there's a door. And those are all of the doors that you guys see.
And it's around probably 11:30ish now, right?
I would say it's actually more like noon.
Noon, okay.
You guys are full of delicious Big Macs, which of course any of you could purchase at your local McDonald's.
Is it like busy?
So it's, if I'm recalling this correctly, it's a Thursday, and it's Thursday and it's midday, so no, it's not busy. Any morning masses would have already taken place, and the only people milling about would be any kind of church workers or volunteers. And you don't see children. You don't see any children.
Gotcha. Well, do we want to walk in the church, or do we want to walk right into the rectory?
Well, kind of looks like that's where the museum would be, so I say we just go straight for it.
Any complaints?
No, I'm fine with that.
All right.
God, I hope this has hilarious results. So you guys are going to walk into the front door of the building? You're going to walk into the connecting door? Where specifically do you guys go?
The rectory entrance.
So you go to the rectory entrance, not the one that's sort of connecting the two buildings.
Correct.
Okay. So you guys head over to that. McLean. So you guys head over to that, and there's two handles, and one of them has the little pushy button knob thing.
Looking around. Push the knob thing. And is it a push-pull door? Can I tell?
You push the little knobby thing, and nothing happens.
Back forth, little shiggity shake.
Clink, 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 clink.
Alright. Different door?
So which one now?
I'm just gonna logically start heading towards the door that connects the two.
You got it?
So yeah, I'm gonna walk towards that.
Yep. Follow him.
This one actually has a chain and a padlock.
Can McLean be strong enough to rip that chain in half?
He can certainly try.
Do we want to try busting in already, though?
Yeah, let's.
No, probably not.
Let's not do that. All right, I guess through the big door.
Well, there's
So
still one more door. There's the door to the back of the church,
Oh, okay.
and then there's the front door of the church.
Want to try the back door? Back door kind of guy.
That's what we heard.
I sigh heavily and start walking to the back door.
So you try the door. It's up a couple of steps, and it lets you right in. So what you see is... Oh, I just realized that I never resized this image. I uploaded it and then never resized it. Good times, everyone. So what you guys see when you walk in is a landing, like a laminate floor landing. Steps down, and then like 2 steps up, and you can see another door in the 2 steps up, and you can logically assume that would lead into the church proper. You don't know where the steps down would go. You go, I don't know, basement?
But yeah, I look at the rest of us and just kind of shrug, like, and I point upward to the door.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Might as well.
I don't
Alrighty.
want to be snooping around and casting too much suspicion yet. Especially when we don't know what we're dealing with.
Well, it's not like we're sneaking into the place. I mean, the door was open, right?
True.
So I just calmly walk up to the door and try and open it.
It opens up, and it leads you to... I don't know if anyone's familiar with the way a Catholic church looks, but there's the scene in front of you is you walked into the side of the church where the altar is. You are on the right side of it. So if you're looking at the altar, it's the door to the left. From your respective position, the altar is to your left.
Right.
So you are on the side of the building where the driveway led up. So looking at the front of this church on the feed, if the red door is the front door, it'd be the left side from the front of the church. That's the side of the building you're on. Okay.
I still see the library.
I just see the library.
Oh, my bad. I never switched you guys. Sorry. Storytelling is hard.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the church, you're like on the left side of this building, but inside, of course.
Right. Okay.
In front of you is Rose. Is that stage right or is that stage? I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, it's opposite of So stage right would be from our perspective.
From the okay, yeah. So then you're at stage right.
Okay.
To your left is an alcove, which actually houses the altar. So that's going to be, your altar, your tabernacle, and the big old crucifix.
Okay,
In front of you is 2 rows of pews going down, 10 deep each. 20 deep each. And then you can see the front door of the building. In the front of the building up top, you see a balcony, as per in any normal church. To your left, you see a doorway. So if you walked in this door, it's this way. So it's perpendicular to you. So it is facing the connecting hallway, we'll say. So if you were to walk through there, you can logically assume that would lead you to the connecting hallway.
Is there any sign of humanity aside? Well, I use that term loosely. Aside from the 4 of us.
No.
Okay. And I just kind of motion to the door to the group and just motion to the door that connects that logically connects the hallway.
So you walk over to it, and there's a push button, same as always.
Mm-hmm.
Clunk, 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 clunk. If everyone wants to make a perception awareness roll.
Mm.
Ken, is that 2, 9, 6, 10, 4? Is that your most recent perception awareness that I just told you to roll?
No, wait, hang on.
Yeah, I think it is.
It is.
Under the McDonald's.
After our McDonald's advertisement brought to you by McLean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Boom, boom, boom. And where's your other one? There's that one. Mark is here. Okay. Then we got
I'm going back in the truck.
Conrad cannot stop drooling.
Oh my god.
Conrad, you look at the door. So for our viewers at home, what happened here is that ones negate successes. We can safely assume that 7 is a success, given that 6 is an average difficulty. So the 1, 1, and the 7 cancels out, and now he has -1 successes. That is known as a botch. God damn it, McLean. That is known as a botch. Conrad, you think to yourself, I think we're on the wrong side of the building. I think it's got to be over there. Even though that's very clearly the side that has the driveway. There is no more building over there. But you're like, this isn't the right side, guys. This is not the right side. It's locked. We probably got the wrong church. So that's where you're at. Mark, you look around and go, it's locked. That's all you get.
Yeah.
McLean and Ken both notice this. You go, this is locked, but logically speaking, this is where the priest would go back into his rectory. This is where he would go when there's not mass going on, when he doesn't have any priestly duties. This would be the door that he or she, oh no, this is a Catholic church, so he would proceed through.
Okay.
So you do know that much. You know that if you were to go through here, it wouldn't be like shoot on sight. This is a church, but you do know that it's probably locked for a reason, for safety's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Ken only notices on the right side of the door there is a ring for service kind of a bell. It's like a little bell, and it says, if no one available, please ring here, or something like, something along those lines.
Right.
Sort of like, hey, need some God?
All right. I was like, hey guys, and I point towards the bell. And I look around one more time just to see if anybody's milling about.
Still nobody's milling about.
Okay. I just shrug and go, any other ideas? As I start moving my finger towards the button.
Nah, you're good.
And then my hand just melts. All right, I push the button.
Do you, press it, or do you hold it? Describe specifically what you do.
Okay. Here's the button. It's for about a second.
So a normal doorbell ring, we'll call it.
Yes.
Okay. So it takes about... You press the button and nothing happens immediately. So you can choose to wait.
I look at my watch and I do the John Travolta where you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean,
I give it another couple seconds, really.
Yeah. Wait like 10, 15 seconds. A normal doorbell wait time.
Right.
While you guys wait, I'm going to pee.
Okay.
And while we're waiting, do we know what to say?
We could say that we heard there was a museum here. We're looking to check it out.
I mean, I'm looking at my notes, and I have an item number, so on some level, they must be expecting something.
Yeah, but she said that she doesn't want to. Molly said that the guy wasn't interested in selling it.
Right, but I mean, if it's an item number, there must be something for displaying.
Sure. I think we just need to get in there first.
Could we pretend that we're like scholars, maybe doing research?
I look at my clothes and go, I mean, we're decked out for it.
Decked out for
And
anything.
then at least give us like a reason to be looking for something and have an item number. And then I'm thinking maybe we could try to do some type of sleight of hand thing to get it out of there.
Gank it.
If,
I mean, I don't.
Depending.
I doubt it's too strongly guarded in there. Unless we go into some weirdo place, but
There is a basement, so God only knows what's in there.
true. That Aretha McLean knock him out.
Always an option.
So, what did the party decide?
We were just planning what we were gonna say when we finally actually.
Yeah, if we ever
Yeah.
open.
So, after about 2 minutes, you hear a click and the door starts to open. It opens towards you guys, and as it opens up, you see. Excuse me. You see a middle-aged, brown-haired man. He's about 5'10". He's a little bit stocky, and he is wearing a black shirt, black pants, white collared thing. He's dressed like a priest.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks all of you very kind of acquisitively, but not necessarily unfriendly. And he says, "What can I do for you boys?"
Oh, good afternoon. We're actually a couple of students from NYU, and we're actually in a little bit of some theological studies, and we wanted to take a look at a place nearby.
Roll charisma plus.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, you have nothing. All right.
Charisma. Etiquette?
No, this is definitely not an etiquette situation. I am just scratching for something to give you, and you got nothing, boy.
Academics?
No, because he's not trying to smart this guy. He's trying to lie to him.
Boy.
So manipulation. No, because you're not using streetwise here.
I'm just being honest, but not honest.
You know what? All right, manipulation streetwise. And the reason being that I'm choosing to do that, because normally this would be a subterfuge roll, is that you used NYU. So you are using your knowledge of local fare to kind of talk your way in.
Yes.
So we're going to say manipulation streetwise.
Okay. 4.
And before Mark Carl saves your ass.
Well, I'm praying. Maybe he won't need to.
You roll that
Maybe
10?
he won't need to.
He half believes you. He looks at you like, but this is. He looks at you and in his mind he's like, this is kind of far away from NYU. But like then he's like, well, we are a museum, so you have a little bit of a grasp on him. And he goes, he looks down at the ground and he looks over at you and he kind of looks over his shoulder and back at you guys and goes, from NYU, you say? I didn't know they had a theological program.
Well, I mean, we're not exactly
More of a club than anything.
All right, Mark Carl. Don't forget the power of your suit.
Yeah.
We're going to say this is a charisma subterfuge.
Okay.
The priest is now in love with Mark. It's just...
The priest leaves the faith, turns gay. So he looks a little relieved. He just has a bit of a drop of just like, that makes a little more sense kind of a thing. He goes, theological club. Catholicism, I guess.
Yeah, we like to look at a lot of stuff, you know? We're just inquisitive guys.
Well, what can I do for boys? My name is Father O'Halley. Oh God, I give him a name.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
It's so hard to. My name is Father McFlanagan.
Pleasure to meet you, Father.
Hey, I'm Mark.
So
we heard you had a nice little we heard you had a nice little museum back there.
We do. I suppose that's what you're here for. A little strange you didn't try using the front door.
Oh, we did. It was locked.
Oh, that's a little strange. I opened it myself this morning.
You know, we all get forgetful.
What the hell did I name this guy? I already forgot.
McFlanagan?
No, we're gonna go with O Flanagan because that sounds better.
They're both.
Yeah, chances are McFlanagan wouldn't even be your real name.
Yeah.
I think that's why I liked it so much.
He's a Scots-Irish.
still here. I'm just putting my plate downstairs. In the
You got
sink.
it. Okay. So yeah, okay. So last thing he said to you guys was, "Oh, I thought I opened the door myself."
I said, yeah, we get forgetful in our old age.
Tis true. Tis true. Well, nevertheless, sure, follow me. And he walks back to the door, but kind of motions for you all to follow him.
Held the door open for the rest of the party. I'll be the last to go through this time.
Yeah. I guess I'll walk first since I was just talking with him.
I'll follow Mark because we're probably like 5 minutes away from fucking something up.
Yeah. Or matters from death. Minutes from death, I meant.
You're always minutes from death when Mark Carl's in the party. Well, we lost Mark Carl.
He is already dead.
All right, game over.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh.
Backfingered that.
So,
Alright, there we go. Sorry.
you sure you're good? You're good this time?
Yeah, I was trying to move the window and accidentally clicked the X by accident.
Very well. So, okay, yeah, so he walks you down the hallway. As you walk, you pass the door that you tried opening. He walks you through another door, and it's sort of L-shaped hallway. And he takes you to the right, which would be towards the front of the building.
Okay.
And he goes, "It's just this way, boys." And he walks to the end of that, and then to the left there's a door. He opens that door, and it leads into the museum proper. Which I really hope I didn't delete that image. I did not. We're going to leave it there for now. So they don't know why the color's all fucked up, but deal with it. So he leads you in, and the way this looks is there's the first floor, and the first floor has exhibits kind of going around the walls. This is the size of like a middle school gymnasium. So not gigantic, but by no means small. And then on the second floor, there's a balcony. It's not like a full second floor. It's just like a balcony you could walk up to. In the center, there's a stairwell that leads up to the balcony. The room you're on, you could walk all the way around that stairwell. And there's exhibits kind of lining the walls. It's not littered, but it has a decent amount of things.
Impressive collection you got here.
We add to it every year.
Anything of note we should be interested in while we're looking around?
If you want a guided tour, I'm afraid you'll have to schedule one. I can, of course, leave you in here for now. I do want to tell you this. I don't mean to be rude, but there is a suggested donation of $10 per person. Of course, you're students, so we can get away with 5 per person.
I start reaching for my wallet.
Yeah. Same. That's fair.
Yeah. I hand him a 5.
Same.
You too.
Oh, bless you, bless you. And he takes all the money from you.
I give him a 20.
Yeah.
Nice. See, that's called using your head. That's what that's called. So,
Those are money bags over here.
he takes the 20 and he goes, he starts handing you the $15 that the other people would have, you know what I mean? Like he's thinking you want change.
No, I don't need any change.
Oh, bless your heart, son. He folds the 20 to the inside of the other 5s.
I guess he's eating ramen for the rest of the week, huh?
He puts the money in his breast pocket.
He folded 20 on the inside. You used to be a delivery driver.
We've all had to serve our dues, my friend.
All right.
So, as I said, please feel free to enjoy the museum. Of course, try not to touch too much. That's why we have the glass all around. You'd be surprised how many people try stealing from us. From a church, no less. Terrible thing.
Terrible.
You must have some rare stuff in here.
You never know. You know, sometimes, you get junkies in here, they think a Bible's worth a little more than it is. Of course, it's a spiritual savior that is really the true payment. Well, the second floor, of course, has more exhibits. If you need me, there's a couple of the bells that you saw. Just press the button, I'll come find you.
Much
Sounds
appreciated,
great.
Father.
He gives the sign of the cross and he walks away. As he walks away, he goes, "Oh, by the way, if you leave, the front door is definitely unlocked. I don't know what happened."
Thanks, man. Good looking out.
He kind of looks a little confused and then continues to walk away.
I
Alright.
start looking for the item number. Would I have an idea of where to look, or are the item numbers kind of just all over the place?
Are there item numbers on anything?
There are
Yeah.
no item numbers on anything.
Hmm.
There are little placards to tell you what it is. There isn't nearly as much information per as there was in the Met. And there's no item numbers.
Could we do a perception awareness roll to see if we recognized any reliquaries?
I'm going to save the trouble and say there's a bunch of reliquaries.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything that's noticeably it's like standing like on a pedestal, or like an obvious? It's obvious that's more important than the rest just by looking.
There are a number of objects like that, yes. Texts, be they Bibles or otherwise, a couple of scrolls, couple of, looks like maybe an old walking stick, just a variety of objects. We're going to say there's about 6 total between the 2 floors that seem to be a little bit more important than the rest.
I mean, we can look around and see what we find, but in the end, I think we're going to have to ask him.
God damn it, McLean.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we want to look around first, see what we can gather?
That
Yeah, let's play
probably
up
would be the better idea.
the scholar thing first for maybe like 10 minutes, and then say we're interested in, we did some research and we know that this item is part of this museum, blah, blah, blah.
Do I even know what the item is? Or we just have an item number,
We
right?
just have a number, right?
Yeah. Just the number, I believe.
You know it's a number, you know it's a reliquary, and it seemed like she was kind of talking about it. Whenever she motioned about it, she made it seem smaller, like hand size, like you could hold it.
Okay. Well, we know it's going to be roughly hand-sized. I guess we might as well start looking.
All right.
In pairs?
Yeah, let's wander.
All right.
I'll hang out with Big Guy.
Me and Ken.
Yep. All right. So we start looking off at the area where reliquaries are.
Yeah.
So here's my question: are you specifically looking? Are you splitting up between floors? One group on the first floor, one group on the second floor, or are you kind of just splitting up on the first floor for now?
Are we? When we did our look around, you mentioned that there were a number of reliquaries. Are they together? Are they separate?
Well, there's a number of important. Mark asked, "Are there objects that are standing out more than others?"
Okay.
I didn't specify them as reliquaries.
Gotcha. Would we be able to spot anything on the first floor that is is there an area that has a couple of things that look like reliquaries together in a single location?
No, not in a single location.
Okay.
There are maybe 2 total in the museum that you can see.
Okay.
One's on the first floor, one's on the second floor. You will find that out once you split that up. Oh, thanks, Spooky. But as reliquaries themselves in the real world, actually, if anyone wants to learn more about reliquaries, you're gonna have to make an intelligence cult roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna make that roll.
Rock and roll.
This is a generic. What do I know about reliquaries?
Oh boy.
Mark, all you get is they're kind of rare. McLean, you go, what's a reliquary? Conrad, you go, I'm gonna leave this up to Mark. Ken, you remember that reliquaries are a little bit rare, so the fact they have 2 is actually pretty impressive. Not suspicious, just impressive. So it's important to remember that reliquaries are physical pieces of saints.
Right.
So the fact that they have 2 is pretty impressive. You wouldn't expect to see this place littered.
Well, I can only see one on here and the other on the second floor. I don't feel like going that far, but yeah. Let's take a look at the one that's here on this floor.
Sure.
So I start walking over to what I think seems most likely is the reliquary on this floor.
Yeah, you find it kind of in the back on the left. And you see it's like a little... How can I describe this? It's a metal, it appears brass case. It's maybe 2 inches by 2 inches. It is ornate as all hell. It's got metalwork all around it. It's very, very beautiful. It has a tassel attached to it that you could see it tied to something else. Maybe it's a bracelet, necklace, something along those lines. And on the placard next to it, it says... piece of bone, Saint Benedict.
Could be important.
Could be. Well, let's take a look at the other one. Well, I'm actually going to take out my phone, and I'm going to try and conduct a little research on Saint Benedict. Intelligence.
Intelligence occult.
Okay. All right. Well.
Holy shit snacks.
What do you mean?
Coming up big.
Well, I mean, I figure I doubt we're going to be fighting this priest. I hope not.
There's always time.
Google is magic, Hogan.
So, what you remember about him is he seems to be the saint of a sort of healing nature. So, he's the patron saint of so many things. Civil engineering, against poison, against witchcraft. He has a lot about him. He's not very specific. You do remember that he is more closely affiliated with Eastern Orthodox versions of the Catholic Church. And he is the patron saint of Europe and students.
Fitting.
Fitting for us. Well, that might be the one, but maybe we should take a look at the other one first before we start figuring out how to get our hands on the on one of them, if not both of them.
Yeah, let's take a look at the other one too.
Yeah.
So, look for the stairs and start working our way up to them.
Walking up the stairs.
Making my way downtown.
Joe, please.
Sorry, what happened? I blacked out.
We're walking upstairs.
No, I know.
No, it doesn't.
So you walk upstairs. 1 second, guys. I apologize. So you walk upstairs and you see very similar thing. This one's actually gold. And it's rounded. It's more cylindrical. And this one says Flesh of Saint Boniface.
Alright. Let's roll it up again.
Alright. Out with the phone again.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh.
Might save you. Oh, I have two more.
Mark, you get... Yep, that's a saint.
Damn it.
However, Ken, you get a little bit more. All you can really find about him is that he's the patron saint of Germania. And later the patron saint of England, but that seems to be less important. And inside of this gold reliquary... oh, I said the flesh of. I apologize.
Now, what do you think? I look over at Mark. So, what do you think your girl would be more interested in?
I don't know. She was purposely vague, it seems. We might have to get this guy back in here and...
Why don't we just figure out how to get both?
What happens if they're not what we're looking for, though?
Well, and I can I take another perception awareness roll to sort of see if there's anything reliquary-esque on this floor?
You already found the only two.
Okay, so, alright.
I mean, they could have that shit in storage, though, right? I mean,
They could.
Or in that basement we saw earlier.
That's what I'm saying.
If it's something exceptionally valuable, they would just want it hanging out. Is there like security cameras or anything in here?
Yeah.
Perception awareness. Perception security. Or stealth. I think it's called stealth. Yeah, I think that's the actual thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so McLean, you go. Nah, no cameras. Mark Carl, you look around. There's a camera in every corner. You notice that there could definitely be blind spots, and you can work through them. You don't know if you could do blind spot to blind spot, but you can tell that there are certain blind spots. Ken, you notice that there's a camera in every corner. Conrad, you know the same thing as McLean. No, there's no cameras.
That's dangerous.
I look over at Mark and just go, like, I look like I'm trying to like think, but I'm also pointing at where the cameras that I can see are.
Okay.
I mean,
Some cameras in here. I say kind of like hush, just in case there's any kind of audio recording. I mean, it's probably one of these two, we would think.
we could ask him if there are. I mean, our club could be fascinated with the Saints, looking at reliquaries in general. See if there's any other special ones.
I mean, worst case scenario, if we're afraid to ask this dude about it, I mean, your Mark Harl's taken a video of all this stuff with his suit, right? We could always bring it back to Molly and say which one is the item.
It's possible.
If we're that much, if we're wussing out here.
We can always ask and see what happens.
Ask first and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst he's going to do? Kick us out? And then we just come break it back in?
Yeah, that would
much. All right. I'm gonna look for the nearest doorbell thingamajigger.
Yeah.
It is on one of the posts. Like, so you walked up the stairs, and there's two posts. It's on one of those.
Okay. Again, the 1 second push ring.
Sure. It's completely silent. After a couple of minutes, he comes through a doorway on the second floor and walks over, and he goes, "What can I do you for?"
Well, one of the things that we were impressed with, Father, was the fact that you had these reliquaries here, for St. Boniface and St. Bernard. And it's interesting, and that's part of the reason why we came here, was because, we'd heard that there were a number of these, and we were just very curious if there were any others here.
Okay, man, why don't you just show him the item number of the one that we were looking for?
It was... I'll insert number here.
You say number, that's fine.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
He kind of takes a step back away from you, like a half step, and he goes, "Seems like a lot of interest in that piece recently. Might I ask what yours is?"
Like I said, the club just has an interest in the Pantheon. Pantheon is not the right term for the Saints.
I think it is.
Is it?
The Pantheon of Saints? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the word that I need to say there you go.
Word's not good.
Yeah.
You're not Donald Trump. You don't have the best words. So he goes, "Well, I can appreciate your interest, but let me ask you this. Where did you get one of our personal item numbers from?"
Fuck.
That's an internal organization method.
I mean, we have a club advisor, and they told us about it.
What's this club advisor's name?
Okay. As I look at Mark. Now I know that Thrill Joe, if I remember correctly, the foci has to be said. can it be whispered, muttered?
Yeah,
Does it have-
absolutely. The person you're casting it on doesn't need to hear it unless that is part of the foci itself.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with mind, and again, sort of as Mark is saying a name, sort of planted the idea that's oh, this is legit, this is valid, trust.
So you're trying to give him a mental impulse of like correct, something like
yes,
that.
something like that.
All right, that's
These
definitely
are the real queries that we're looking for.
Precisely.
So that's going to be mind level 2, difficulty of 3 for your coincidence. The coincidence is he believes you lie. You're going to see your foci, I assume, so that means the difficulty is 4. Roll it up.
All right. I got
You want
3.
to spend a willpower?
Yeah, I'll use a willpower too to get a fourth to get a guaranteed success here. So
Just a random question. Is there a limit on the number of willpowers you can use at one time?
Your max willpower stat, I'm assuming.
Like,
No, you can only use 1 willpower point per roll whatsoever. End of story.
Okay,
Oh.
So like
that's what I thought.
you can't like throw 3 willpower at it and be like, oh, I got a success, guys. Like you can only ever do 1.
I got you.
Gotcha.
All right, so here we go.
I'm just so happy right now.
Oh God, please, please. Oh God!
You spent a willpower point?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark, what did you say to this individual?
Steve.
In that tone of voice too. Just,
Yeah.
He goes, Stephen, what?
Steve O'Connell.
He takes a minute and he goes, the name's not ringing a bell. Why don't you boys wait here for a minute? And he walks away.
Should we stay or should we go?
I don't think we need to stick around here.
He didn't seem too pleased with us snooping around.
Agreed. I think we need to head out.
You guys agree?
Yeah, probably. I don't see this ending well for us right now.
let's run away to Molly. Tell her what we got. Show her what we got.
So,
Alright, let's roll.
exactly what do you guys do?
What'd you say?
Exactly what do you guys do? You guys claim you're going to run away. I want to hear exactly what you guys do to run away.
I'm gonna start speed walking down the steps to the exit.
I want to like hold
I'm
my.
not-
Oh, let's go for it. Sorry.
I just want to clarify. I'm not like flat out sprinting down the steps and bounding the fuck out of here, but I'm just like, yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah.
So, Conrad, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I wanted to like hold my hands on both rails and just kind of slide down the rails to like the first floor.
It's far enough away that you'd have to do a butt slide.
Okay. Forget it then.
I'm just following behind, speed walking. Oh no.
There's rolls. Oh God.
Alright, so you guys get to the bottom of the stairs, no problem. You guys try to open the door?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So as you reach for the door, you hear thunk and it's locked, and from behind you hear, I thought the man told you to wait.
Turn around.
You see 2 men standing, flanking the stairs you came down. One of them is wearing an old black duster, and he's wearing a cowboy hat. Underneath that, he's wearing modern clothes, so he's wearing a t-shirt and jeans and sneakers.
Okay.
The other one is wearing a very nice suit, a very nice black suit, black tie.
How you boys doing?
You have yet to we have yet to understand why you're running away, says the man in the duster.
Yeah, we got hungry. We wanted to go to get some food.
The one in the suit says, the man asked you to wait. You should wait.
Yeah, this is New York. No one waits for anything.
Well, you have two options. Wait or force your way out.
What are we waiting for?
You're waiting for him to get back.
I look at the guys. What do you think?
I just clench my jaw, and that, like, you can see me, like, sort of, like, getting ready for something to go down.
McLean, what do you think?
Clench my butt because our combat rolls suck.
Yeah.
While they're discussing Thrill Joe, did I notice any other exits out of here? Like, I mean, through that the entire time, did I notice any other doors, any other exits out of here?
There's the door you guys came through originally, which he led you through.
Right.
Upstairs, there's a mirrored door. Like, so there's the door over here downstairs, there's the door over here upstairs, and there's the door behind you. There are a couple of windows, but they'd be hard to get through.
Gotcha.
Well, if we're gonna, I mean, might as well wait.
Yeah.
At least we'll get some information maybe before we get our asses kicked.
Well, then I just fold my arms and lean up against near the door. You said I didn't realize we had guests, but I'm okay with waiting.
Yeah, I can eat later.
Alright, after a couple of... so you guys just wait?
Yeah.
They both just stare you down. They don't really move too much. They don't fidget too much. They mostly just stare at you guys.
Where are you from, Walker? I say to the guy in the hat.
He doesn't respond.
Tight-lipped, huh? What do you boys do for a living?
The one in the suit says, prevent people like you from getting in.
People like us. We're just students.
So we've heard.
Where's this father at?
The guy in the cowboy hat presses something against his ear and he goes, mm-hmm. He looks at you guys and he goes, mm-hmm. He looks back down and he goes, you sure? Okay. He walks towards you guys and he holds his hand out to grab Mark by the arm and he goes, I think you're going to have to come with us.
I pull it back and say, where are we going?
He said, he snatches at your arm again and he goes, with us.
At this point, I'm going to see if I can't duck down and essentially tackle Walker.
Everyone roll initiative. Wits plus alertness.
What is it, sorry?
Wits plus alertness.
5. Oh, we lost Mark again.
That's okay. I got dice rolling to do myself.
Oh my god!
McLean's alert.
He is aware of the cosmos and everything swirling around him.
So I wasn't looking at the screen. Which one of these dice rolls is the first alertness? So we got McLean, Conrad, Mark, and then I guess Ken, you're 5d10 up there? 3, 1, 7,
yes.
10, 9?
Correct.
Okay, so it's for wits, it's difficulty of 4. That's just standard rules. So Ken has 1, 2... Where's your second roll for that 10?
Oh, I didn't get that one. Okay, my bad. Here we go. Boop.
Alright, so Ken is there. McLean is the most aware human being that's ever existed in the human history.
He is the creator of the Matrix. He reads the code.
Game over. I'm out.
There's Conrad, and then Mark Carl. God damn.
While you're learning how to count, I'm going to step away for a minute.
You're going to step away for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. I have initiatives all worked out. While he steps away, does anybody want to take a quick potty break?
This probably is a good time for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be your saving grace in combat, so we might as well wait for him to get back.
Yeah.
So everyone take a pee break, because we're in for some trouble.
The drama is real. McLean cannot be more ready. You're absolutely ready. You're absolutely ready. You're absolutely right, Hulkin. The reliquary was inside. Oh, God. You guys.
And we're back with me. It seems like everyone else is still in the middle of their pee break. I have to take
Except
a little
for
bit
me.
of a beer break, too.
Nice.
I like how everybody in Twitch is a moderator but me.
It's like 2 people. Actually, it's literally... No, it's 3 people. I can make you a moderator if you want to check out every single one of my streams. As a matter of fact, tomorrow is going to be Thrill Joe's Throwbacks.
What are you playing?
So I'm going to go ahead and plug myself.
Probably a good idea.
Phrasing. Boosh. Tomorrow is Thrill Joe's Throwbacks, where we take a look at unsung old games that either didn't get the play that they deserved, didn't get the attention they deserved, didn't get the sales they deserved. Last week, we played Demon's Crest on the Super Nintendo, which is a spin-off of Ghosts and Goblins, a bit of an action RPG. Tomorrow we're going to keep up with that Super Nintendo theme. We're actually going to be playing Enix's classic Evo: The Search for Eden, which is mildly indescribable. It's basically a game where you proceed through the different evolutionary stages of the Earth and play as a creature appropriate. So when everyone lived in the ocean, you start off as a fish, you can evolve your jaw, you can evolve your dorsal fin, your tail fin, your body, and you basically have to fight your way to the top. Eventually, potentially evolving into a human being. That'll be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Learn a little bit about the history of the game, learn a lot about the gameplay of the game, and we, the viewers at home via the Twitch chat, and myself and the moderators have a discussion about why we think this game deserves a little bit more attention. So feel free to tune in. Big Papa Vin over in that Twitch channel there. Spore was definitely influenced by this game. There's no doubt about it.
I was gonna say, hopefully, I was hoping we'd be able to steal the thing just like that.
I'm curious. Oh, this. Yeah. Brilliant.
Oh
If
boy.
only.
So, we rolled initiative. Let's go ahead and roll one more piece of... Oh boy. Okay. So, Ken, before you're able to do what you're about to do, the hunter snatches at Mark Carl's arm, forcibly. Mark, do you dodge? Like, do you at least pull your arm out of the way? Do you full body dodge, or do you just let him do it?
Pull my arm out of the way.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and roll Dex and dodge.
Oh, yeah, fun's today, man.
Oh, jeez.
He successfully grabs you. So he kind of has you like right here. Okay. So you pull your arm up, but he's able to kind of still latch on. So he's got a pretty firm grip on your arm. He doesn't have you in a hug. He's just got a one-hand, right-hand grip on your left arm. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
McLean, you're up.
I pull out my Beretta.
McLean just goes, Dragon Fist explode! And then the whole museum explodes. If I don't, who will?
So what's the current situation?
The current situation is you guys are standing kind of in a row or like a small group with your backs to the door. One of these individuals grabbed Mark by the arm and has his right hand on the left arm. Now, mind you, your turns are kind of happening all at the same time, so that's sort of what's happening. He's reaching for Mark's arm, and you believe it's going to connect. So it's safe to assume he's like right here, the bad guy. So like Mark's kind of here, and McLean, you're looking at the bad guy like right here.
How big are these guys, by the way? Just,
they're both ballpark 6 foot. It would take a minute to actually get their height, but they're around the 6 foot range. The guy in the suit's a little slimmer, and the guy in the duster, it's hard to tell how heavy he is.
Okay.
Which one's the one grabbing?
That's the one in the
Mark.
duster.
All right. I guess I'm gonna try and grab Mr. Duster's arm and lock him up.
So you're going for a grapple.
Yeah.
Now, are you going for a grapple like this, or are you trying to block the arm that's about to grab Mark? Describe specifically what you're trying to do.
Trying to use his momentum, like as he's reaching for Mark, to get his arm away from Mark and then back up behind him.
So you're kind of trying to put him into like one of these.
Yes, something like that.
Okay, that's fine. So that is very clearly Dexto.
All right.
Break that son of a bitch.
All of his arms shatter.
Oh!
No!
Oh no!
God, this is where it all falls apart again.
Our combat rolls are always terrible.
He's gonna break all of his arms. His own arm.
He breaks his own arms.
He touches the other guy's arms, and everyone in the room's arms shatter.
I break Mark's arm instead.
Not even touching him.
Let's be honest, I deserve it.
That's true. So what ends up happening is you don't grab him, but you do successfully knock his arm enough that he misses the connection with Mark. But by no means, it's kind of like one of these, like, so he's reaching like this, and you go to like grab his arm and kind of twist it back, and you kind of just glance it, so he's kind of like, you know, just kind of like goes
overshoots
off,
it or something,
overshoots it, undershoots it. He doesn't make connection with Mark, but you sincerely don't grab him. So you kind of pull into this, like.
So Mark better haul ass is what you're saying.
Up next, we have Ken and Conrad and Mark all happen simultaneously.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
we're going to start with Ken.
Okay.
But these will happen simultaneously.
Correct. So, in other words, right now, guy has either overshot, undershot, he's missed the grab
So
for Mark.
just real quick, as a reminder, each turn in combat is about 6 seconds.
Right.
And the initiative is more about prioritizing the actions. They technically happen at the same time.
Okay.
The initiative is just sort of like prioritization and understanding your situation. So the guys who are a little bit lower in the ranking, such as you right now, are noticing things that are going to happen immediately. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not like he's made connection with Mark. It's like he's going for it. He's going to make it. No, he's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at kind of all within 6 seconds.
Okay, gotcha. So, yeah, I'm going to proceed with the... I lunged for him, and I don't want to, like, tackle him. I kind of want to just, like, body check him, like, put my shoulder into his, like, rib cage to try and knock him off center, if that makes any sense.
So you're not trying to grapple him. You're actually trying to, like, do, you know, gold dust spear him.
Yes.
Okay.
So
we are going to assume that that is Dex melee.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right. So that's 5 dice I'm rolling. 5. Fuck!
We roll that 10.
Not the worst thing in the world.
So actually, in your favor, because he got the magic number.
Ah.
What ends up happening is you're like, not my friend! And you run over and you shoulder check him kind of like one of these, like almost like a football player would.
Right, exactly.
And you don't make great connection with him. You hit him, but you don't get like a nice meaty grab. However, while you're doing this, he's kind of already grabbing Mark and trying to dodge McLean all at the same time. So as you run into him, good for you. Holy shit, Snacks. Really? I'll explain what I'm doing at some later point, because it's actually really funny. As you go into him, he like falls into making connection with you, and you catch him a little from behind, and he falls on his ass. So he's kind of going like this. You check him. You make a decent connection. It's not like you're like, yeah, I got him good, but you must have caught him off guard, because he kind of slips over your arm a little bit, and now he's on his back.
Huh. Am I still standing?
You're still standing, but you're still bull rushing. So it's not like you're now like, huzzah, turned around like Zorro all beautifully, or like, you're not Sirio Pharrell, but, you know, you've definitely knocked him on his ass. Almost like when I was like, what? Like where you throw him over your shoulder kind of moves. You accidentally did one of those.
Oh, thank you, RNGesus.
Yeah, RNGesus was 1,000% on your side. So for anyone watching this stream right now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what my strategy is as a storyteller, and this is for the players to know too. I roll D100s all the fucking time, and what that is simply 2d10, and I roll D100s to kind of give me an idea, to kind of add to the randomness. So he botched a dodge roll. And then I'm like, well, how badly did he botch that? So I started rolling D100s. There's an excellent pen and paper game called Rollmaster, which I like to call Chartmaster, because it's the most convoluted system ever. It's a D100 system, and then like if you roll above, that's actually really funny, McLean. We're gonna get to that in a second. So if you roll like above a 96 or 97, it's a critical success, and you re-roll a D100. And if you roll another 96, you just keep going. You roll a 96 and a 97 and a 46. So that gave you a positive, you know, whatever, 100, etc., 271 or whatever it is, which means that not only did he botch, you got damn lucky. Now, the opposite is true. Is if you roll a 4 and under, that's a critical failure, and I just keep rolling negatives, and you don't want that.
Right.
I kind of also use it as a coin flip. So, you know, anything below 50 or anything above 51, I also use it as a bit of a coin flip.
Gotcha.
So that's sometimes if you just kind of see me randomly rolling down here, I'm trying to get a feel for how I believe the situation would go. Now, what's funny about McLean's 66 is that in Rollmaster, a 66 is known as what I don't remember the exact name. I call it a strange crit. So a 66 is like, so like let's say I hit the kobold with my club. Well, you know, something high up is like, oh, you check the chart and it's like, oh, you do critical damage or something like that. Something really low, it's like you drop the club. 66 is like, how the fuck could that happen? So it's like you go to strike the kobold and a beaver comes out of the ground and devours him. So like something absurd will happen whenever you roll a 66. So it's really funny that McLean rolled a D66.
Amazing. All right.
So yeah, so you just kind of over-undered him.
All right. Cool.
Up next, we have, while that's happening, Conrad, how do you react?
Okay, so I can see him on the floor now?
No,
you're trending in that direction.
You see your friend Ken turn and kind of start going like this, but you don't yet know how that's going to turn out.
Okay. So I guess I will make a first attack against the dude in the suit.
Okay, sure. I see it, McLean. McLean is trying to invoke the power of the 0, which counts as a 10, which means they get to reroll. So you go towards the guy in the suit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and so my suit gives me a +3 on any first attack, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to wield the blade of Adhari at this guy and try to give a big broad slash up from basically his sternum, just slash up.
Okay,
We're going
cool.
right to the killing, huh?
So I'm sorry, there's one more rule I want to remind the party of. I reward creativity. This is not a critique on Conrad. I think what you're doing is absolutely excellent, and I'm very happy you specified the weapon. I mean this as a more general comment. I reward creativity. So the more cool, badass, or well-described attack, I might actually lower the difficulty or give you a bonus dice. That is my personal house rule. I think that really helps motivate you guys to get a little wacky, a little creative. Mm-hmm. So Conrad's going to run up, pull out the blade of Udhari, which he actually obtained, 2 sessions ago, and do a general broad slash upward at the guy, hopefully catching him what D&D players may recognize as flat-footed. Go ahead and roll Dex Melee. 10, 10, 10, 10.
Please. We could use it.
10, 10, 10, 20s on your titties, bitch.
God damn it. 6, 7.
Uh-oh.
Is that including your +3 dice for
No.
the first attack? So go ahead and roll 3d10.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
This beatdown.
It better be.
He explodes.
In a Quentin Tarantino-esque.
Just
You chop
plow.
his dick off, and blood pours out of the wound.
Like
There's
a
just,
fire
there's
hose.
just like a red mist where his head used to be.
Oh, and the blade itself has a strength +3.
It has +3 against anything normal, and it's got a strength +4 against anything
against the-
supernatural.
But we don't know if this guy is supernatural.
Now,
or
when I
not,
say
right?
supernatural, I don't necessarily mean another mage. I mean anything like decidedly not human. Vampire, werewolf, mummy, specter, wraith, things like that.
Okay.
You make connection. He goes like he's caught a little off guard because he's like he was just supposed to what the oh god, and you definitely make he goes to kind of take a step back and missteps and doesn't really move far back enough. So you go all the way up and you slash him. Go ahead and roll strength +3.
Oh, boy. Strength is... Oh.
Oh,
Hey, you're getting him out early, man. You're getting him out early. It's fine. You make a connection with him, but the step back, it only kind of nicks him. It doesn't exactly cut into his belly or anything like that.
Okay.
But it does make a connection. I can tell you that much.
man.
It's alright.
I don't even know what I want to do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I'm just trying to make my
Fine.
my damage chart so I can keep track of how badly these guys beat the shit out of you.
Seriously.
Okay, so that's that, and then Mark Carl, what do you do?
Well, I'm a giant bitch, so
That's true.
weep and cry.
Tell him a joke.
Roll charisma expression.
How is the other guy positioned? Like that guy's position, the one guy's positioned right in front of me. Where's the other guy in relation to me?
Okay, so here's how it goes. You're right here. The guy is in front of you, reaching for your arm. And you think, shit, he got me. Oh, no, he didn't. Why is he falling? All at the same time. McLean is right here to your right, and he kind of reached to block the arm. And as he's doing that, you see Ken kind of run up from behind and do like a hoop and over under him.
Okay.
He hasn't fallen on the ground yet by the start of your turn. You just see that's the action's about to happen. Over here, you still see the guy standing closer than he was before, so he's not exactly by the stairwell, which would have been about 15 feet away. Now he's more like 10 feet away. But you see Conrad kind of running and slashing at him, like going to slash at him. So he could potentially be out of, like, you might have friendly fire if you shoot at that guy. Let's put it that way. But he's still well within your line of sight.
I don't think I would go for that further guy, just because it doesn't seem to make sense. When he goes to grab for me, can I use like my momentum to like try and like turn and like kind of like spin and like back fist him in the face?
All right. So what you're gonna do is he's going for this, and you're gonna dodge out of the way and then kind of backwards hammer fist him.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Okay.
Use my dodging momentum, basically.
Yes. So, given that it is mid-dodge, I would call this difficulty 7. However, I like what you're describing, so it's going to be difficulty 6.
Okay.
So, it's Dex plus melee. Actually, are you armed? Do you have a weapon on hand?
I don't.
Because if not, this is Dex Brawl.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have any brawl.
Correct.
Play
to your
I don't
strengths.
think I have anything.
Play to your strengths.
Pistol whip him.
A pistol counts as a melee weapon if you pistol whip. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But as you're spinning, you'll have to do one of these, which is fine.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Okay, so you pull out your gun, you pull out your Beretta, and you go to kind of pistol whip him from behind.
Right. So Dex melee, you said?
Dex melee. So you go to hit him, and as you're trying to hit him, you whiff, because when you spin all the way back around like a ballerina, you go, oh, he's falling.
Yeah.
So you whiff. No damage on either side. It's not like you're caught flat-footed next turn. You're fine. You just happen to miss.
What I figured.
Now the guy that is getting slashed.
The suit.
The suit.
Yeah.
So what happens is Conrad's going up to slash. He sees this happening. He takes a step back, and he's like, oh, shit. He gets a little nicked, and he's like, God damn it. And he kind of just comes down with an elbow because he's like, oh, you're kind of like right in my jaw. He's trying to like knock the blade out of the hand or something like that. As he's coming down, he ends up kind of twisting a weird way while dodging and ends up with one hand on the floor. So on the next turn, you can consider him on a hand and a knee. Okay? Not ready for action, but on a hand and a knee. I fucking hate all of you. Because that is the second time these enemies I have set up for you botched.
I thought you were trying to get us killed.
I'm not trying to get you killed, but I'm trying to give you a challenge. One guy's laying on his back like, hey guys! And then the other guy's doing a fucking, oh, I'm Iron Man, and I just landed and I look so cool, and I'm in the middle of Somalia.
Get a superhero landing.
Like, so ridiculous.
Oh, God.
So that is where that's at, and we're back at the top of the lineup. So the hunter, the guy on his back, looks up at you, sees what's about to happen, and where's this ability I wanted to use on you?
Uh-oh.
Mark and McLean would notice this. The guy on the ground looks up at you, and he pulls out 2 handheld crossbows, and he...
Oh, dear.
says, not today. And all of a sudden, it's very difficult to look at him. Okay.
Crossbows, you said?
He pulls out 2 crossbows,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Not today." And it's all of a sudden like that. It's very hard to look at him. If either of the two of you want, you can roll a perception awareness, specifically McLean and Mark, to try to figure out what just happened.
That wouldn't be our turn, though, right?
This does not count as your turn. Trying to figure out what's going on is not your turn. McLean, you go, "That's bad." Mark Hall, you go, "I agree." So that's what happens with him. McLean, you're up. He is on the floor in front of you.
Alright, like, I'm gonna pull one of my blades out.
Okay.
But reversed hand.
Like this?
Right, so it's... And I'm just gonna pull it out and come down right on his chest.
So, are you bending at the waist, or are you taking a knee to chest him?
Taking a knee to chest him.
Okay, now you
So
have the chest,
so
you
I'm
have the
putting-
face. Are you aiming, or are you not aiming?
No, I'm right in his throat, like Quentin Tarantino's,
Right
like
here?
Kill Bill style. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm coming down with the knee, so it's like all the momentum of my body coming down.
Are you trying to put a knee on his chest as you stab him? So, like, are you trying to put your knee on the chest, and that's what you're going to put the weight on as you stab him?
It's gonna come down all at the same time. So I'm not using the knee to do anything, but because I'm coming down so hard on him, I'm gonna end up with a knee on his chest anyway.
Yeah, because that was my question. You can either get a knee on the chest, or you can get a knee next to him, and that was my question, is which one are you
Yeah, I'm like putting it all above him, so I'm coming down on him.
All right, we can assume this is a Dexto.
Yeah.
Where the hell's my mouse? There's my mouse. Jesus, God in heaven.
I don't know if that's good or bad right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you come down at him, and it's just a generic knife. There's nothing special about this knife. Is that correct?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, it's the blades I carry.
Okay, cool. So you come down at him, and he kind of goes to swipe the blade away, but he fails. So go ahead and roll strength. We have... It's not your Wakizashi, though, right?
Yeah, that's
Wakizashi?
that's what it is.
Oh, it's your Wakizashi. Then we're going to call that strength +2. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is a specific maneuver, so it's actually strength +3.
Strength +3. Okay.
About 10. All right, all right.
Tens are saving you.
That 60-10 is your damage roll, right?
Yes, that is what it is.
Yeah, that was my strength +3.
You come down at him, but you don't hit anything major. But you do get some of the, you kind of miss his direct windpipe, and you get him in the meaty part of his chest. It absolutely makes contact, but you can tell it didn't hit anything vital. But god damn it, did that hurt him.
Does it pin him to the floor?
It did not pin him to the floor.
Oh, but I had to roll all 10s on that one.
You would have to roll so many 10s, like all of the 10s forever.
Well, he'd probably been dead if he did that.
That's also
maybe.
true. So up next we have, so that's boom boom, Ken.
Okay. So if I'm looking at this right, I'm like kind of like in the middle of the throw, and I look back, and now there's a knife in it. Well, there's a knife going to his chest throat area, from what I can
Yes.
tell. Correct. Okay. So they're behind me. That action's not happening behind me, correct?
Ooh, that's a fun track. Let's go and get some good battle music going on.
All right.
The
There
fuck
we
is
go.
that?
It's battle music. So it's happening now behind you. Within this turn, you could very easily turn around and help. You could definitely do that within this turn.
Okay. I'm actually. How far is the reliquary from where I am currently?
It would be 2 turns to get there.
2 turns to get there.
And your back would be to all of the people.
Don't
Right.
you dare.
No, I'm not trying to bounce on you guys. I'm just.
Snatch! See ya! Get back to Molly. This isn't what I asked for.
Fuck! No. It's an option. I'm just saying, if we're gonna make a hasty escape, which kind of isn't happening, but I mean, if there's an opportunity, we don't want to just go back and be like, whoa!
Completely shattering your nature.
So, that too. So I'm going to, let's see.
Oh, by the way, McLean, if you've used a willpower, give yourself another one. Refill 1 willpower. I think it's safe to say you've acted in accordance with your Bravo nature.
Would I need to... If I want to, again, if I'm going to try and use magic here, because I'd love to be able to say the wound was actually worse than this guy thought. Do I actually have to contact him, or do I just have to touch my foci? How is the bending of reality in relation to what I'm trying to do?
So
here?
what you're trying to do, if I'm not mistaken, is you're trying to say, oh, that wound's a lot worse than it actually is.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have to physically touch him whatsoever.
Okay.
I accept your coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be... Wow, that is tricky. Is that going to be a 2 or 3? We're going to say that's a Life 2 effect. Alter simple patterns. The simple pattern being, he was just stabbed. You're not making a new pattern of, oh my god, he's got a hole in his chest, and you're not changing the hole in his chest to a different shape or something different. So you're simply altering the already there stab wound.
Correct.
So, yes, that is acceptable to me. That is going to be difficulty of 5. What's your foci?
It is. Hang on, I have it here. I just forget. It's the scalpel that's in my little pocket, like thing.
Yep.
Pocket holder
okay,
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
So you do have to make physical contact with that.
Which I can do. So I look back as I hear him, and I just kind of grab it and go, and you totally just saw my crotch, and I'm
all about it.
Alright.
Do you modify this in any way?
Let's see. Run this by me again. Because I have a life 3, well, the presence of life doesn't necessarily matter. It's just a matter of whether or not I could do this. Like, if I had a life...
Well, it's not matter,
1
it's life.
I'm sorry.
I'm fucking with you. It's not a matter of...
Oh.
I'm being an asshole intentionally.
Okay, fantastic.
So the level of life that you have doesn't change the difficulty. All it does is afford you that level of spells.
Right. So, in other words, if I had a life 1, I couldn't do this.
No, absolutely not. If you
Got
only
it.
had level 1 life, you could not do this effect.
But because I have 3 and it's a 2, I can do it.
Yes, and given that you're only using the level 2 sphere, that's why it's a difficulty of 2 plus 3 because it's coincidental magic.
Right,
As opposed
right.
to plus 4 for Vulgar without witnesses, plus 5 Vulgar with witnesses.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I really need to do a little more homework on that section. But okay. So having grabbed my scalpel, I will this to happen, but
So do you modify this roll anyway? Do you use willpower? Do you? I don't know if you have any quintessence or not.
No, I definitely don't have quintessence. I know I have a paradox. Yeah, I'm.
Be an hero.
Yeah, I'll throw on a little extra willpower onto this.
All right, so you
I'll
throw
think
one
about attack.
willpower. That's an automatic success.
And
go ahead and roll
here
it.
comes the D3.
Remember that does
Here
not
comes
add a
the
dice.
Right. It's just an automatic success.
Yep. So you reach out with your willpower, and you say to yourself, I'm a doctor and I know that wound. That's a little worse than it actually is. And it reaches him, and you feel it. You feel it pulsate. You feel the energy move. By the way, what does your life magic look like? Now, to be clear to the viewers at home, it's not like tendrils of magic come out and reach the wound! But, like, as a mage, you can see the magical world. So in your own mind, your magic would have a feel to it. So, in example, I had a character who was in Akashic Brotherhood, and his forces magic looked like Japanese block watercolor paintings. So, like, when he saw the forces of wind, he actually saw, like, in his mind's eye, the actual flowing patterns that you would make with a brush of the wind. Stuff like that.
Okay. I would say it would have something to probably look almost like something to be tied into like my nature as a doctor, especially since it's life. So, I mean, maybe like
reruns of Scrubs.
EKG lines floating through the air. I'm gonna throw it. I mean, well, blood seems kind of, but that's yeah. Oh God, this is a tough question. I'm gonna go with You know what? Fuck it. It's gonna look like a World War II, like not necessarily tendrils, but like if we have something that flows out, it looks almost like World War II old school bandages. Almost.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I like that a lot.
So
it looks like medical wraps in a way.
Yes.
So in your mind, you kind of see like these medical wraps envelop your target and kind of come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So it kind of, you see in your mind, nobody sees this. This isn't in the real realm. This is just how you perceive your magic. And if someone was looking for this as a mage, they could see it in like with their magic self as well.
Oh, okay.
That's how this works. So
Okay.
you kind of reach out, and it kind of wraps around, and it kind of pulls back, wipes over the wound. And with them, you feel like it's there. I'm opening it a little bit. It's happening. Shit. And it doesn't fully work. You do physically in the real world notice it's bleeding a little bit worse than you expected a wound like that to bleed, but you didn't exactly change it.
I got you. All right. Cool.
That is your turn. Conrad.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I had swept up with the blade. He dodged a little bit, ended up with one hand and one knee on the floor.
So he's below you now.
Yep, so I would imagine that the best thing to do would be blade straight down, slice through his neck, try to cut his head off.
So you're going like full blown. Don't forget this is a dagger, so we're only talking maybe 4 inches long.
Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna still go. You know what? No, I'm gonna spin it around in my hand. You know, like if you like had a drumstick.
Yeah, like.
Yep, and then I'm gonna go straight down through his clavicle.
So you're going for like kind of chesty, necky area.
Yep.
Cool. I'm good at that. So you're kind of going. So he's like below you. Okay. So I'm sure you can see my back, and you're kind of going for like one of these areas.
Yep, right in there.
Okay, cool. We won't call that targeted. It's fairly large, and that's like right in front of you anyways. So that's probably where you would have hit anyways. So that is Dex Melee.
Oh, that doesn't help.
So what ends up happening is you go down to stab him kind of in the shouldery, necky, backy area. You don't get your bonus to the attack because you already did your surprise attack. And he's able to kind of shift his weight enough that you just miss him. You're not off balance, you're perfectly fine, and he's still on the ground, but you do miss him.
All right. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We have numerical superiority.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
Till we start dying.
I mean,
The guy
do we want to start killing people at this point?
The guy on the ground.
Does he go before me or after me?
You're all happening at the same time.
Gotcha. Just want to make sure.
The guy on the ground. Oops, that's not what I meant to roll. So he's got one fist on the ground, one knee on the ground. Conrad, he just kind of dodged a little bit out of the way, and you see him reach into a breast pocket and go like this at you.
Okay.
So he's throwing something at you. It's a little too quick for you to tell.
Pocket sand.
Do you choose to dodge?
Yes, please.
Dex dodge. For anyone who's familiar with this rule set, I don't abide by the traditional Mage World of Darkness dodge rules because they are bullshit.
What are they normally?
What they are normally to dodge an attack is you have to hold your attack and use your turn to dodge, which is bullshit. So instead what we do is if you have dodge, you may get a normal dex dodge on your first dodge, and if it's still before your next turn, every subsequent dodge is you lose a dice.
Gotcha.
So 60-10 is your dodge, right?
Yes.
He goes like this, and you move like so. You come down at him like this. Okay, you miss. He's coming at you like this now to throw something at you, and while he's doing that, you pull the blade in towards your chest, and a throwing knife goes right past you.
Phew.
And Mark.
I don't want to kill these guys, but I don't think we have a choice really.
Well, they're trying to kill you.
That's what I'm saying, you know, like.
So.
Yeah, we figured we've been trying to kill him for 2 turns now. You might as well start.
Hey, man.
Be nice of you to join.
What position is he in when it gets like my action?
So, the guy who attacked you originally is still in front of you and still on the ground.
Okay.
Your boy McLean is coming down at him with a knife.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure how much damage it's going to do, but you do know he will very likely make contact. I mean, the dude's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This way, kind of away from you, Conrad is having a very elegant swordplay fight, you know, knife fight, monkey knife fight with the guy in the suit.
I want to shoot someone.
Well, you're at point blank range with the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, if you held your arm out, you would be less than a foot away from his body.
But I wouldn't be in fear of hitting McLean, I guess is the issue.
You could take 3 steps to your left.
Okay.
Now, you're that close. I mean, think about someone laying on the ground in front of you. You're that close.
Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to take a couple steps to the side. And how do targeted shots
do you
work?
prance like a ballerina, or do you just do
I
regular
go,
steps?
put my hands on my head and...
So, you're at point blank range.
Yeah.
So what point blank range means is that it's difficulty of 4, end of story.
Doesn't matter where I'm shooting at.
However, if it's a targeted attack, excuse me, it's difficult. It's +2 difficulty, so it would be standard difficulty if you're going for like say a headshot.
Okay. I mean, but if I was just trying to like shoot him like in the chest cavity, like not like just like.
If you're trying to shoot him like in the chest cavity, that's a non-targeted attack. That's just hey, shoot him a goo. So that would be difficulty of 4.
Shooty Magoo.
I think we're gonna go to Shooty Magoo, and I'm gonna say Shooty Magoo when I shoot him.
So that's gonna be difficulty of 4, and that's gonna be Dex plus firearms.
I think you should get a willpower for the shooting.
For saying Shooty Magoo out loud.
That's pretty good.
If the party votes, then he gets it. He gets a replenishment of the willpower.
Get one of my dice spent the other day back. You said that Dex firearms.
Dex firearms. Difficulty of 4. Oh your god!
Wow.
I like
Holy
how
shit.
McClane is basically action hero, big boy, rolls thousands of dice. Mark Carl is ha 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 ha, and then also shoot, 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 kill, kill, kill. Just Mr. Magoo his entire life.
Hey, someone's gotta carry us through this.
Fucking Mr. Magoo, Mark Carl Magoo.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He pulls out a cannon.
His gun turns into an old pirate cannon.
He actually shot him with his dick.
Yeah, with his 10-inch dick with the girth of a tuna
Just
can.
unzip my
He
pants and,
beats
like,
him
a
to
mallet
death
fell
with
on
it.
him.
So you hit him. There's no two ways about it. So go ahead and roll that damn.
What is the damage for?
The damage is 4 plus 2.
So, but it's with strength, right?
Yes.
Because I have the Eye of Samson.
Oh
on
no
me
no no
still.
no! This isn't a strength feat. You get 4 dice
Gotcha.
because of the gun. That's what the gun does. And then I'm gonna give you plus 2 because that's the way I run combat and fuck
Gotcha.
everybody else.
Okay, so 6 dice, 60 then.
So that would be 60-10 in this case. Yes. 1 1 1. Okay.
Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that great, but wasn't that bad.
You go
And
to
Michael?
you go to shoot him and you hit him dead square and it just seems to not phase him. He's just like,
Naturally.
that all you got? Now, Ken,
Yes.
you look up and you notice from the door that the father walked through earlier,
Right.
someone else has come through and has got a rifle trained at you.
Okay. Now,
Holy
is
shit.
it my turn?
No, it's not your turn,
I thought so. I was
but
just like, wait.
he's about to pull that trigger. Do you dodge?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, dex dodge.
All right. My stats. Head of my stats.
How does this keep happening?
What?
Just roll the dice. Just roll the fucking dice.
Ken's gonna live no matter what, basically.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot himself. His brain.
I reroll the 10. Beautiful. I'm just so mad. Alright, I gotta show you this roll.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not altering what the dice landed on, I'm just moving them closer. So, as we all know, standard difficulty is 6. So,
Right.
even not knowing anything, maybe he's got an easier difficulty, maybe he's got a harder difficulty, you don't know, but you can at least baseline this as a difficulty of 6. Can you guys see these numbers that I rolled here?
No, I can't.
So, if you click on my little box,
I'm downstairs for a second, so.
that is, I know
Wow.
it's showing up backwards, but that's a 3, a 9, a 4, and 2 1s.
Wow. Just, wow.
So he botched.
So, anyways, Ken, someone trains a rifle on you, and instead of hearing kaboom, you hear ka-chunk.
No, a sign comes out with the word bang on it.
I do have strangeness. I'm just saying.
You know what? Roll your Arite. Roll it up. Let's just see what the fuck happens. We've come this far.
Oh, yes!
A sign that says bang comes out at the end of the rifle. Now, I have nothing to say about this.
Moving on.
That happens. Things have happened. The building collapses. Fuck all of you.
Everyone died.
Now we're gonna be dead because now Joe is mad.
I'm not even mad. I'm flabbergasted.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what to do anymore. I give up. You guys win. You can't even win this game, and you guys win. So, all right. So going back to the top of the lineup,
The other guy has to go, right? The hunter.
So we're back to the top of the lineup. How?
Hey,
That's-
now you know how it feels to stop it rolling.
So
Yeah, now you know how we feel.
As Searunner has said, this is what you get for bringing a rifle to a wand fight.
So, McLean, the guy that you have a knee on, okay,
And a sword in.
and well, yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. You have the sword in his chest. He points his crossbow at your face. What do you do?
I dodge.
Okay, so you're gonna get off of him.
I'm going to push off of him and simultaneously kick his hand with the crossbow away.
That will be a special maneuver. So I'm warning you in advance. That's gonna be difficulty of 8.
Whatever. I'm gonna roll ones anyway.
The man's got some courage.
Mm-hmm.
You can use willpower on these rolls to guarantee yourself 1 success.
I get Dextoto, right?
You still get Dexto, and then you can guarantee yourself 1 success by using a willpower.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
I absolutely agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, why not? I'll use the willpower. This willpower point is sponsored by McDonald's. Well, I'm dead.
So you get up and you go to kick his hand away. You miss the hand. He shoots a bolt at you, and it goes for your face. Roll your stamina to see what happens next.
Oh no. Here lies McLean.
No. Oh.
You-
Rolling 1. Rolling D1. 1. That's about accurate. So he goes, and the bolt does scrape your face, but you just shrug it off. It's merely a flesh wound, and you take no damage.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Next up is McLean himself. So McLean, you're getting up, and he shoots the bolt at you, and it misses, or it hits you enough, but it doesn't do any damage. What do you do in response?
I pull out one of my 911s that you so graciously let me discover. And
Okay.
I go for his fucking face, because fuck this guy.
Okay, so you're gonna call this a point-blank targeted attack for his head.
For his face.
It's for his face, not his
Face,
head.
right in the
His
middle of his
goddamn
fucking face.
stupid face.
I want to put a hole the size of a grapefruit. Right in his
I'm
grill.
very, very ignorant to Hulkin for your just for your personal knowledge. He has access to an armory, which I will not go into detail about. Ken, Flip, what is the caliber of a 1911? That may be a stupid
45.
question.
It's a 45.
It's a 45. So that's going to count as pistol heavy.
Yes, I already have it. I already have my thing. It's
So normally
the difficulty is 6.
The difficulty should be 8. But-
Should be 8.
Which, according to the combat chart, that's pistol heavy, 45
Oh yeah,
ACP.
difficulty of 8. You're right.
So that should be a difficulty of 8. That's kind of garbage, in my opinion. So normally we're going to call that difficulty of 7. Your point blank, so the difficulty is 4, but it's a targeted attack, so it's plus 2. So your actual difficulty is 6.
All right. And is it just firearms, or do I get that gun kata shit from?
From Equilibrium?
Yeah, from Equilibrium.
No, unfortunately, this is Dex Firearms.
Dex firearms. Okay. God damn it.
Is that 7d10 right there?
Yeah.
That is 7d10.
Roll your damn, which is going to be
4.
5.
5.
Where are you getting 4?
That's what it said in the book. I copied everything. out
Pistol,
of the book.
heavy, SIG P220, 45 ACP, difficulty of 8. I modified that to 7. Damage of 5.
Damage of 5. Okay.
Just take the damage. Just shut up and take the damage.
So just roll 5 straight dice. 5d10.
Whoa.
That's D510. Not the game we're playing. Hulkin, you're right. It is more damn for that bam.
Oh, God. Almost. No, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take it.
You go straight for that cranium, and you hit him right in the brainium.
Oh god. What is happening?
How much damage do I do?
You hit him kind of, so you're kind of at a weird angle. So you hit him in the face, but it goes through his cheek. So his face is fucked up, but it didn't go through his actual brain.
That's okay.
But he blew his jaw off, basically.
He's not in good shape, is what you're saying.
He is in very bad shape.
That's all I need.
So he's stabbed and blown apart.
Yes.
Fuck.
Next up is Ken.
Alright. So, again, I kind of turned, and I'm still, like, half standing, I guess, when I activated it.
With your hand like this, by the way, just like,
Well, I
combat seems to be happening.
it's like tucked into my breast pocket, like,
Okay.
that really is interesting.
Things are afoot.
Benji.
Yeah, so I'm looking up, and then I see this fucking bang banner from the rifleman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm at, right?
That is roughly where you're at. Yes, I think that's fair to say.
And the shot has not gone off yet.
Which shot?
From McLean.
No, but you see all of it like milliseconds away from happening.
I got yeah, it's about to come. He's got it
Yeah.
trained. It's about to happen. Okay. I'm going to. Is there such a thing as like cover fire where you can just like fire a number of shots at a general area to keep a guy's head down?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Come on, man. You played a division. That's the blind fire from cover.
I'm not in cover right now, am I?
So
now it's just blind fire. That's just blind hip fire.
So we're gonna call that difficulty of 5, but we're gonna say that you can't do damage with it.
Right.
We're gonna say all that's gonna do is make it more difficult for this person to attack you guys. Is that fair?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So whatever your gun's difficulty is, or whatever dice you roll, Dex firearms, but we're gonna call this difficulty of 5 with no chance of doing damage.
Okay, so I have Dex firearms, and so people can see that's Dex firearms. So I am rolling 60-10.
Excuse me.
There you go.
You succeed. You go up, and what's about to happen is bang, 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 bang. What kind of a gun do you have?
I have a 45 as well. So it's pistol large.
So you have a 45, difficulty of 7 standard, but I said this is difficulty 5 because of the nature of the action. Your clip is 8.
Right.
So we can say that within this, it's a rate of 3, so you can shoot 3 shots per turn. So we're going to say you do that. For covering fire, you shoot 3 bullets.
Right.
So you're down to 5 bullets in the chamber at the start of next turn. Okay? Do take note of that somewhere. Even if you kind of just jot it down.
That guy that came... where was he, the other guy that came in the room?
He's up in the balcony.
Okay.
So for Mark, he would be kind of up and, like, left-ish.
Okay.
Um...
Because I have a question about that on my turn, I guess, then.
Cool. Conrad's up. Conrad?
Yep, you ready for me?
Yep.
All right, so so that dude who was on the ground, he threw the blade up. Well, he threw it at me, so
Yes.
his arms is up in the air.
Yes, that's fair to say.
I'd like to sweep that with my arm blade, and
With this
the
one?
intention of with my arm blade, the intention of just like cutting his arm off at the elbow.
Excellent.
Wow.
So are you going for more of like the forearm, or are you going all the way up here for the like shoulder area?
I'm not gonna go for the shoulder area. It's gonna it'd be more just like the forearm. Yeah, anything elbow and down, or elbow and up. I guess if he's
Excuse me.
that.
Cool. Completely on board. We're going to call that a targeted attack, so we're going to call it difficulty of 7. However, we're going to drop it to difficulty of 6 because he's below you and you have, like, combative advantage, we'll call it.
I have the higher ground, Anakin.
Exactly. So, go ahead and roll Dex Melee for this.
You're the chosen one.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You come down at him, you make connection, roll damage to see what happens.
Which is
Strength
strength
plus whatever
on
the fuck I
the-
tell you on your chart. Scrolling. Arm blades is strength plus 2.
okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, it's in your combat chart on page 2 of your character sheet.
I got it now. Yeah, I messed up.
You go to hit him, and he must be wearing some kind of armor or something like that, because you make connection, but it just glances off of his suit.
Ah, son of a bitch. All right.
Now, do we know if he actually is wearing armor, or is it just he
You
did it
don't
so
know.
terribly?
You just know that it didn't work.
Gotcha.
Whoops, hey, drop the dice. Where'd it go? There it is.
Playing with my dog, so if you keep seeing me getting jerked off screen, it's because he's pulling.
The guy who's below you goes like this. You go to slash at his arm. He pulls it back, and he uses it to hop back up to standing.
No harm, no foul.
Yes, but he is standing now.
Right.
So,
So Ken
Mark
shot at
Carr.
the guy in the balcony, right?
he shot at the guy at the
Yeah.
balcony. And
Okay.
the guy in the balcony kind of lifted his stupid rifle of stupidness up, and he kind of got behind a pillar that was next to him.
Okay. So my question basically was, where is he, like, in relation to us, where is he? Like, I know he's in the balcony, but, like, how close, how far?
Second floor of the building.
Mhm.
If you're talking a straight line,
Is he, like, directly above us? Is he, like,
he
know,
would
20,
be
30 feet away?
So to get to, like, if you were to draw a straight line down to the floor, like drop a plumb, like drop a plumb bob, whatever they're called,
Yeah.
down to the floor, that would be about 20 feet to your left.
Okay.
Then he's straight up from that. So that's another.
So it's not like he's, like, shooting at, like a crazy angle. He's, like, pointing, like, straight down, basically. Almost.
No. He's not pointing like straight down, but he's pointing down at like more than a 45-degree angle. Like he doesn't have the rifle resting on the thing. He's got it in his arm, and he's kind of pointing down at you guys.
Okay.
But it's
'Cause
not
what
like
I-
straight down or something wackadoo.
What I wanted to try to do basically is, when Ken shoots at him, like, he like pulls back, and like I want him to, like, if it's like I'm assuming it's like a wooden balcony.
No, it's stone. It's
I mean,
it's stone, but it's not like solid. It's got like the pegs, whatever they're called.
Yeah. Like I wanted to, like, try and, like, make him, like, lean up against it, and it would, like, collapse and he would fall
All right,
using forces.
cool. I'm cool with this. So, where's your character sheet?
But I didn't know, like, where, like, if he could, like, fall, like, on one of the other guys.
He
like,
wouldn't be able to fall
that's what I
onto
was-
a
yeah.
person.
I didn't think so, but having him fall still.
So
would
we're
be
actually going to
beneficial.
call this a combined forces matter effect.
Okay.
I think level 2 of each is sufficient. So it's going to be difficulty of 5, unless you have your foci of both. You have to do whatever one you choose, matter of forces. It's up to you, whatever foci you use.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficulty of 4. And your coincidence is, well, he's off balance because he's like, what the fuck, why does my gun, toy gun? And then also Ken's shooting at the stone.
Okay.
So, Joe, while he's setting up the roll, I kind of like Ska's assessment of the realities that, because he's like, I want to know the rifleman's reaction to this practical joke set by his wife 7 months ago.
He's reevaluating ever marrying that wench. Yeah, so go ahead and roll that. Roll your arete, and of course, as always, you may use a willpower to get an automatic success if you'd like. And if you have quintessence, it'll even lower the difficulty, but it's already 4.
Yeah. Let's use a willpower. Why not?
You make enough jokes.
And then, yeah. So for my 2 foci, one's basically a lighter, and the other one's like a little multi-tool that I carry. I figure I would just have the lighter on me,
Okay.
like in like a pocket.
Yeah, so you just
So
kind
like
of
I
reach
could-
out and like just
Yeah.
touch it. Okay.
And then you said just roll Arte.
Just straight up arete. So he goes, the guy at the gun shoots, bang, that was last turn. He goes, what the oh my god, they're shooting at me! He goes to kind of turn, and as he does, he loses his footing, and he kind of tumbles over the balcony, and the top part of it kind of crumbles away a little bit, and he falls.
Nice.
So,
on his head, breaks his neck.
yeah, yep. And then his bones shoot out of his neck and stab the other guys in the eyes.
Yeah, seriously, I hope he breaks his neck on the way down.
Now, this is the time Joe is going to roll great, and he's going to land on his feet.
Yeah.
He lands directly on Mark's head and kills him instantly. So he falls, and as he's falling, he's able to grab onto the railing, but he's got a very loose grip and only one-handed.
Gotcha. What are you doing?
He went. Alright, so now it's this guy's turn. So he starts falling.
Open your mouth.
Phrasing. So he starts falling, and he's able to grab, and in this instant what he does is he goes, and throws the rifle and grabs on with his other hand and starts pulling himself up. He's not on the balcony at the start of the next turn. He's merely got two hands, and he's pulling himself up. Okay?
Has he thrown the rifle down onto the second floor?
He threw it down. He just dropped it and went.
Oh, mama. The toy rifle.
Excellent.
So, top of the lineup, there is a man whose mouth hole got blown through. He points both bolts at McLean, and he tries to gurgle a word, but it's unintelligible.
Probably doesn't help that his jaw is missing.
McLean, do you try to dodge?
Yeah.
Proceed.
What's my dodge rule?
Dex dodge. Unless you're doing a cool dodge, and then we can consider it Dex Do if you really want to play that game. But you have to describe to me the cool thing that you do.
So I'm standing like above him?
You're like standing above him with a gun pointed at his face.
And how are his arms, like, how awkward of a position? He's straight up.
Like this. Is this an accurate description of what's happening?
Reservoir Dogs-esque.
Absolutely just like that.
Oh, okay. No, I'll just do a regular dodge.
Okay, Dex dodge.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I'm out. Have fun with the rest of the game, boys.
He shoots. Roll a stamina.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I don't think so.
It makes connection with your arm and grazes through. Give yourself 1 point of lethal damage. If you don't know how that works, I will explain it to you. So if you go to your character sheet and you go down to health,
yeah.
Do you have any damage?
No.
Alright, so you see where it says bruised?
Yeah.
You're going to click the drop down and turn that into an X.
Got it.
Next, we have Ken.
Okay. So I'm still firing. I still got 5 rounds in the chamber. He is now fallen. He is trying to climb back up.
His back would be to you.
Right. I'm going to aim for his back.
Okay.
And this is going to be an aim target. I'm going to try and get him like in the shoulder blade area.
So you're trying to get him to drop.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal.
So we're going to say that he's got a... Okay, cool. So he's at a disadvantage to you. So go ahead and roll your standard shooty Magoo roll. I believe that's difficulty of 7. Dex firearms.
Yes. Dex firearms. So
But this is targeted, right?
Correct. It's going to be like in his shoulder blade-ish area.
Okay. Well, your difficulty of aiming is still +1, so it's difficulty of 8.
Gotcha.
Because you are still doing a targeted attack from decently far away.
Right. I gotta get 8s. You only live once. Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, roll your damage.
Okay, that's just strength.
It shouldn't be strength anything. It should be a straight number.
Yeah, 5, it looks like.
Okay, 5d10.
Yep.
It looks like it hits like a more meaty part of his body, but you don't see it doing any damage.
Okay, that was 1 round, so I'm now down to 4 in the mag. Okay.
Conrad?
Yes. How far away is this cat from me?
The guy who just stood up?
Yeah.
Right in front of you.
Right in front of me.
He just happened to stand up, so he's not at a disadvantage anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna try to uppercut him with the arm blade and try to cleave his face in half.
So are you going for an upward slash, a downward slash, or an uppercut punch stab? So are you piercing him or slashing?
Uppercut punch stab.
So you're going for a stab motion.
Yes.
Are you aiming for his jaw, or are you aiming for his chest, or are you not aiming?
Jaw.
You're aiming for his jaw.
Yes.
Okay.
If I fail, I want to fail big.
I'm with you, man. Go big or go home.
Seriously.
So that's standard difficulty of 6. It is a targeted attack, so we're going to call that difficulty of 7. And I'm going to give you an additional dice for how cool this sounds.
All right.
So dex melee, and then give yourself an additional dice. Roll damage.
Come on. Come on.
Give yourself an extra. Give yourself another D10 for damage there. So just 1 D10.
10. Bang.
You go up and you're like, oh, I got it, fuck, and you just kind of go like you clip what would be his beard, basically.
Yeah. God, my.
It's a
The
cool
tension
looking
is
fight.
real.
It's a cool looking fight, at least.
Yeah, at least I'm keeping him occupied.
Yeah.
It's more like we're sparring than anything else.
You're
You guys are
literally
shadow
having-
boxing.
You're literally having the lightsaber battle from Star Wars between Anakin and Obi-Wan. Just not hitting each other.
Conrad, with that, he kind of comes back at you with the blade he has in his hand. I'm sorry, no, he didn't have a blade in his hand. I apologize. With that, he takes a step back and throws another one at you.
All right, I want to try to block that with my arm blade.
Oh, shit! So that's more of a parry or a deflect.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to call that Dex Melee, difficulty of 6.
Boy, I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
Ooh. That finesse.
So you go up with the one blade, okay, and you kind of start coming back with it. You see him about to throw, and with it you kind of go ka-chink, and you just block it, and it kind of ripples off into the air somewhere.
That's cool.
Nice. Nice.
Oh yeah, I had battle music going. What happened to that?
It died. I think it was end.
Oh, I have to go and... There we go.
If I don't know how it works on YouTube, but I know that they have the loop thing now.
No,
So I
well,
don't
there's
know.
a song thing on here. I just have to click the loop button.
Oh, sweet.
So that was his turn. Mark Carl.
Alrighty, here, let's see what we got. So we got the one guy with missing face. We got the guy standing next to Conrad. We got the guy hanging from the guy hanging from the ceiling is not a problem right now. So
That's correct. Right now.
yeah. The guy that's fighting Conrad, he's like to my right, I believe.
The guy that Conrad's fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about 25 feet away from you to your right. You would have a clear shot of his side.
Yeah, let's shoot at him.
Okay, general shot, not like a targeted attack?
I mean, all I can really see is...
You're just trying to hit him, is my point.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So it's Dex Firearms. Roll your damage, +1. So whatever your damage is, if it's like 5 + 1, doesn't matter.
I think it's 4.
What is,
4.
it's
so
4, so
5d10.
give yourself 5d10 for damage.
Alright.
Holy smokes.
Finally, maybe some progress.
You train on him and you go, well, bang! And a bullet flies, and you're like, I got him! Not as well as I thought I did, but you do damage.
Okay.
And the
I'll break your bones.
The guy on the balcony starts climbing up, so he's pretty much almost all the way up, but he is still hanging. The guy on the ground who's got the 2 crossbows trained on McLean fires the other bolt.
I have an idea for what I can do the next turn, actually.
McLean?
I'm gonna try and do like some bullet time type matrix shit and dodge this bolt.
So you're doing like a super fancy move?
Yeah.
What is your end game?
A slow motion dive.
Ultimately to position myself away from his arms so I can get another shot at his head.
So you're kind of do like a move towards his head, like, so if he's laying down, you want to be like over here.
Yeah, basically.
Describe what you do. Is it a simple shimmy? Is it a flip? What specifically do you do?
Like what's the environment like around us?
You have a pretty decent open area. There's some bullet holes in all of the stone walls around you.
No
There's
shit.
a couple of bolts sticking out of the wall. But you have a decent area around him, and there's really nothing above you. There's some hanging light fixtures on the second floor ceiling.
I kind of like lean back, so I'm not point blank anymore. Like it's not right in my face. I lean back and just slide around his head.
So it's like a foot move. It's like specifically like a foot play thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds hot.
Roll your dex and dough.
I'm still here, by the way. I'm just playing with the dog, so he stops barking.
Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me with these rolls.
Oh.
So you dodge the bolt successfully, but you don't position yourself well.
Okay.
So like you're kind of just still on his side a little bit. McLean, you're up.
Oh, it's still my turn? Alright.
Now, well, that was a defensive turn. He was attacking you, and now it's your actual turn.
Well, now I'm gonna shoot him in the face again.
So you take another shot. You're not using your sweet-ass dough, like face stomping him.
Yeah, he's that dough, man.
Actually, yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can stomp his face and like
Grind your boot in.
just like totally like I don't have a boot. I have this fucking stupid blue suede shoes.
Now, here's my question: are you like gonna jump on his face like a downward drop kick? Are you gonna just step on him? Like, what specifically do you do?
Yo, all right. So you've seen American History X?
Yep.
Basically, like a reverse curb stomp right in his.
All right, so
right
you're doing
where
a
I got
heel.
him.
You're doing a heel stomp right to his face,
Right in
Yeah,
his pie hole.
right in his
Like-
pie hole.
right where I shot him.
All right,
Oof.
Dexto.
Come on.
That's not bad. That's not a
Is
bad
my
roll.
difficulty 6?
I didn't
I
tell
don't
you
think
difficulty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking.
I don't think he's gonna tell you.
Well, if it's 6, I got I brought pretty good there.
All right. Roll strength plus 3.
Come on.
You go to stomp on his face, and it seems like you kind of just miss him.
I believe.
Up next is Ken.
Can we just never fight ever again?
Could you guys stop being terrible at fighting?
We're good at it. We're just terrible at rolling dice, apparently.
Yeah.
We're
We look
good.
good.
We're
We look
good.
good.
Yeah, we're good at staying alive in the fight, but whether or not we're contributing to the fight. All right. So, Balcony Man is back up on the balcony, I assume.
No, he's still climbing.
He's still trying to climb. Okay. We've got. All right. So there's man on floor. There's the lightsaber duel, and there's the climber. I'm going to. I'm going to fire at the climbing bro again, going for the shoulder yet again.
So another targeted attack.
Right.
Okay.
Again.
Whatever I told you to roll last time, make it so.
Okay, that's going to be Dex fire, so another D6 or 60, whatever.
You do your thing, but if you hit him and it's gonna ruin the idea I had for my turn. But that's fine.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
Roll for damage.
Okay. That's 5 again.
Roll those 10s, baby! Roll those 10s, baby!
This is the first tens we've rolled since we started fighting. I'm pretty sure.
I will take that.
You shoot him right in that which shoulder, right or left?
It was the closest to me, so I assume it's the right.
It'd be the left.
Right. Oh, it'd be left? Okay, yeah, in the left.
Okay, so you hit him right in that left shoulder blade, and he goes, "Son of a bitch!" and it drops that arm.
Well, you might still have a chance here, Mark.
But he's got one arm still up, and he dropped back down to his original hanging position.
Right.
Alright, while whatever Mark is thinking about whatever he's doing, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Okay. Well, it's not even my turn, is it? It's Conrad's.
Oh shit, we lost him.
Yeah. Quick, we all escape while he's not here.
They're apparently too stunned to realize what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a piss also.
Alright.
I did that while Conrad was going, so not Conrad, McLean. Just been playing with my dog because he's just being such a bastard right now.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, like if the wife's up here, he's
kind
fine.
of productive. Like, playing with him just encourages him to continue to be an asshole to get your attention.
It's only, I mean, I can make him easily stop, but I don't mind playing with him. So it's just like if the wife was up here, he'd be fine, but she's downstairs because she's tired. So when it's just me and him, he thinks that it's like playtime forever. So, but I definitely have to put him in his place frequently when he is getting out of line. This was once a rope toy. Now it's just strands.
Now we're back!
Yay!
Yeah.
Victor Lux, I failed that roll.
Pissed in your own mouth.
I botched.
You pooped out of your wiener.
Oh, what a horrible fate.
A terrible fate has befallen you, hasn't it? So, Mark, what are you doing?
Isn't it Conrad's turn?
Is it? Oh, I guess it is.
Hi.
Conrad, what's
Yeah.
up?
I was usually the last to go, so.
Is there like a small statue around me that I could grab and try to bludgeon this guy with?
So you don't want to like drop it on him. You actually want one small enough to wield as a weapon.
Yeah.
There is.
Nice.
I assume you do so.
Yes.
Okay. So what, you kind of just pick it up and bash it down at his head?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Dex melee.
When your arm blades just aren't doing it, grab him, you know,
Yeah.
a Mary statue.
Grab a statue of Mary and do the damage! Oh my god!
All the damage! Roll that 10, boy!
Come on!
The power of Christ compels you, bitch!
So what would damage be then if I don't have, like, if I'm using just, you know, it's just my strength and just my strength?
So we're gonna call this a... Well, ayo. There we are. We're gonna call that a club. But it's a heavy club, so we're gonna call it strength plus 2. And you know what? For the amount of successes you got, give yourself another d10. You go to smash down at him, and he kind of holds up his arms enough, and it shatters on his arms, and it doesn't seem to phase him.
Oh my god, this guy. Alright, I'm gonna have to call for backup, man. This is getting ridiculous.
The guy you just smashed the statue over takes a few steps back, and he holds out his hands like this. And...
Uh-oh. We get magical now.
Whoa, Sean's here twice.
What?
Sean just used Prime to put himself in 2 places at once.
And you see this weird sort of... What the fuck is happening?
That's what I want to know.
Veritas, if you wouldn't mind exiting the call and then rejoining it.
I literally just did that because...
Oh, okay, well then the clone is just a clone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
There's 2 of you.
Yeah, there's 2 of you on my screen. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, a strange gas-like substance comes out of his hands.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So...
No, you don't have to dodge or anything like that. It just happens. There's nothing you can do about it.
I can't even, like, use matter to try to turn it into
You already attacked.
oxygen or anything?
Confetti.
Oh.
You already
Oh,
attacked, and it's a gas-like substance. You don't actually know what it is. So first you have to figure out what it is.
So I'm just standing there and taking it.
Well, it
Take it in
didn't.
the
It just comes out of his hands. It doesn't reach you. It doesn't touch you just yet. It's just like just coming out of his hands. It hasn't necessarily done anything to you.
Okay.
And up next we have Markaro.
So if I held my turn, would the guy climbing make it up?
The guy climbing may or may not. You don't know. But you can interrupt his turn by holding your turn.
Because my plan was to have him make it up, and then use mind to basically make him decide, I'm going to jump overhead first. I'm going to swan dive, basically.
That would be a very difficult effect. I actually don't know if you have the mind to do it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, like, I only have mine too, and the best I can do is just, like, hint at words and feelings.
I have mind 3, so I didn't know if it was strong enough.
No, that's not going to be strong enough.
Alright, like, what would mind 3 like?
So mind 3 would be... Well... I don't want to say it wouldn't work.
It would just be incredibly difficult.
So mind 3 does things like mental links,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean mental control.
Okay.
So level 2 is going to be mental impulse, so you could tell him jump, but that would be pretty easy for him to overcome, because an impulse is not a command.
Okay.
So level 3 is more like things like telepathy, reading thoughts, and like an unconscious communication network between all the party members.
Okay.
So you can actually form a neural link between all of you, so you don't have to speak anymore. You could just think and you'd all hear it. But you wouldn't be able to control anybody until level 4.
Okay.
That's when you get into bullshit like possession.
Yeah. Let's see. I gotta help out Conrad, I think. I shot the one. I already shot him, right? So he is somewhat damaged.
Yeah. You could choose to get closer or not.
If I got closer, would I still be able to shoot at him if I like moved up closer to him?
Yeah, I think that you're close enough that you can get to about 10 feet away and still shoot.
And would that affect the rolls at all?
It would not affect the rolls yet, but if you got even closer, it might. Point blank, I qualify as like within 3 feet.
Yeah, but I'm still close enough to the other guy who's like down, right?
You're close. Right now, the guy who's
Yeah,
down,
still...
you're at point blank range. You could blow him
Okay.
away.
I mean, let's try and finish the job on him. I'm going to...
Are you going for a
Point.
general shot or a headshot?
Oh, for a headshot.
Going for a headshot? Boom, headshot?
Yeah, that's right. Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot!
Difficulty of 6 because of all the modifiers.
Okay. Dex fire. Oh, dog, stop running. Stop.
Sea Runner, that is correct that he could suggest jump, but again, that would be pretty easy to overcome with a simple willpower roll for him.
Get that.
Roll your damn.
Okay. So is it just 4 straight up?
If that's what it says.
Well, you were giving me bonuses before. I don't know what
This
they're
one
based
you
on.
do not get a bonus. You do another shot, and it scrapes his face.
Okay. I've only shot 3 bullets, so.
Okay.
Oh, that was another one. That reminds me. I fired a round, so I'm actually at 3 rounds now.
And we are at the hunter climbing.
Goddamn hunters.
7. He pulls himself up by one arm and pulls himself all the way up on the balcony and rolls over on top of it. So he's, you could call him undercover, like, you know, behind cover.
Yeah.
So back to the top of the lineup. The guy on the floor tries to get up and does not. McLean?
Finish him.
Is that the guy by me that could not get up?
The guy who's on the floor in front of you could not get up.
Missing
How,
half of
how
his
could
face.
he get up? He's got like half his face gone.
Well, that's part of the reason why he didn't get up, is it?
This time I'm gonna jump on his face.
Like double foot
Like
stomp.
jump way up in the air and go just both feet down on his face.
Are you doing a front flip onto his face? Are you doing a spin down onto his face like Mario?
Yeah, like Tanuki Suit Mario.
Or Super Mario World, you could just hit B.
Yeah.
Terrific. Dextel.
Why does every fight have to take 100,000 years?
We'll stop rolling poorly.
Because we have shit rolls. Like that.
We've
Okay, roll your
gotten
damage.
an inordinate amount of ones.
Yeah, seriously. Everybody's rolled at least 1-1 in their combat rolls.
You want to do damage?
Sure.
Strength plus 2, we'll say. Roll that 10.
Oop.
Give him a 10. Damn it, motherfucker! Motherfucker!
I hate roll 20, man.
So you jump in the air and you do a spinning dive kick onto his head, and your feet hit the floor through his skull.
Nice.
Is he still alive?
Is he
You
is he
check his
okay?
pulse. What are you, Charlie Day and the gang breaks Liberty Bell? Where they
Is he
blow
okay?
off Cricket's head? Check his pulse!
Well, first of all, the first guy we fought, we had to make sure we decapitated him before we did anything.
Well, this guy literally doesn't have a skull anymore, or at least
I
it's
don't
been
know.
reconstituted into bones.
That's fine.
His head looks like the buffalo after Conrad was done with it.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Well, that's one down.
It only took
Ken.
us 3 hours to kill one guy.
Oh wait, he's dead, right?
Oh, he's very dead. Yes.
I guess it is today, bitch.
I love it. Love it. Action hero, one line. Okay. So he's
I
back.
was waiting for that, Joe, when you dropped that line.
All right. So my target is now back in cover. There is the fight going on between Conrad and the suit, correct?
Yes, and now Mark Carl was shot at him once and then didn't shoot at him the second time.
Okay. Is Conrad in my
Oh wait,
line?
I'm sorry to cut you off, McLean. Give yourself a willpower point back. I definitely count that as Bravo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is anyone in your line of sight? You
From
could
the
take
suit.
a couple of steps and you would be able to shoot him.
Okay. Would that put me in danger of? Well, no. I saw the rifleman drop his weapon, so he doesn't have anything perceptibly now. Okay, yeah. I'm
He's
gonna
also
take
out of your line of sight, so.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna basically take steps to clear and take a shot at the suit.
Sure.
That shot will be at his
Wiener.
I was gonna say his ball sack.
ball sack. Yes.
His Wisconsin ghoul.
No, seriously, what are you shooting for?
I'm going for his head because he's
Headshot?
probably gonna be because he's like because my from what I'm going to see is just his side, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Yeah.
What's the difficulty on your gun? 7?
Yes.
+2 for a targeted attack.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's gonna be 9.
Yep.
Ugh.
Why is his gun so difficult to shoot?
Because he's got a heavy caliber gun.
The
recoil.
is gonna like
The
cave
recoil.
his skull in.
If he nailed this, it would be like, boom! Like,
It's like a 1D in Counter Strike, basically.
pretty much.
Yeah.
He's got a deagle in hand.
Yeah, I do have a deagle in hand. If only I could make it work.
Are you running with the knife?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Slashing the
You
whole
always start
time.
faster with- Yeah. Oh!
Oh, you really did a targeted attack?
Yeah.
That's really
Snapchat!
like our best freaking roll.
Like,
And it's still had a 4 in it.
Yeah.
stop arguing.
Roll your damage.
Okay.
We're just gonna say, what's your actual damage?
5.
We're gonna give yourself +1.
Okay, so that's gonna be 6 dice. Oh, come on! Why do I have rubber bullets in this thing?
So you go to shoot him, and what it does is it grazes across his forehead. It hits him, and he's kind of thrown off, like, oh fuck! One of those things.
Right.
But it does make connection.
I mean, I'll take it. I guess.
Up next, we have Conrad.
Alright, so if this guy's off balance and blocking away from that bullet shot, I'm going to swing my arm blade and try to get his head off again.
So you're doing a chop off of the head move.
The old choppy with the Yeti, yep.
Choppy with the heady. Dynamite heady. We're going to call this Dex Melee, +1 difficulty for a targeted attack on a melee weapon. So whatever your difficulty is on that blade, according to your damage chart, which is 6, we're going to call it difficulty of 7 for this attack.
Alright.
He sees you coming, and in his moment of haste, he's got his hand on his forehead like, oh god, takes another step back, and you miss him. He looks around and he tries to get behind cover, but he doesn't find anything. And Mark Carl.
Man. I stink at fighting, man.
That's not your strong. Dude, I told you, you can't be a min-maxer.
I know. I mean, I pretty much just have to keep shooting because I stink at everything else. So.
There's always magic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what, because now with forces level 2, like I can interact with, or sorry, with matter level 2. Excuse me.
So level 2 of matter and forces is very similar. What that means is that you can't like change what the thing is necessarily. Like, okay, so with matter level 2, you can do basic transmutation. So what that means is, like, you can change the density of wood, you can change the certain basic simple properties, but not on a large scale. So for example, let's say there was something hanging above him, you could say, well, those screws aren't as strong as they should be, and then the chandelier would fall.
Yeah.
And then with forces 2, you control minor forces. So for example, the gravity pulling on that same chandelier, maybe you could increase it enough to break the screws off or break one of the chain links. Stuff like that. But you can't, like, rip the ground from underneath him and force it to open in a chasm of infinite doom! Like, you just can't do that yet.
Okay.
I like how you say yet.
Well, it's absolutely one day you could.
Yeah. So... the guy that's above, I think I want to mess around with the guy above us still. Can I have
He's out of your line of sight, FYI.
So, he hasn't done anything since he climbed up, right? And,
he has not had a turn yet, no.
Would I know? Basically, I want to have like the stone under him crumble and like collapse.
What's your coincidence?
It's an old church. And the balcony already broke, so... Or no, he didn't break, he flipped over it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind, that changes that then. Alright, I'm just gonna shoot at the dude. I'm gonna move closer to him and shoot. So move within like 10 feet, I think you said.
You're already within 10 feet.
No, I was really close to the guy that was...
Oh, right, you didn't
dead.
move to the other guy. Okay, so you're gonna move within 10 feet of the other guy and then take a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how is he positioned at the moment?
He kind of has like his back / side to you.
Okay, I mean, would I be able to like shoot him just like in his back?
Yeah, you can take a generalized shot. Yes.
Yeah.
That's just Dex firearms.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! Well, that's funny because you're. All right. Roll your damage, which is going to be whatever your standard damage is plus 3.
Get that damn from that bam, come on!
Now, would he be able to dodge since his back is mostly to me?
He could still dodge the attack, yes, but
Okay.
we're beyond that phase.
Yeah.
Rubber bullets. Every goddamn time.
Seriously. The fact that we haven't gotten killed, but brutally maimed.
So you shoot him towards the back, and it hits him, and he goes, "Son of a bitch!" He's holding his head. He tried to do a move. He tried looking for cover. He got shot in the back. Oh, shit! And he takes a stumble forwards. He's not on the ground. He just stumbles forwards. You do make a pretty solid connection with him.
He's off balance, basically.
I wouldn't call him off balance. Well, depending on what happens next, he might be considered off balance.
Okay.
The hunter in the balcony... Ba-doop, boop, 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 ba-doop, 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 dope, 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 dope. Who has the... Let me see, hold on. Who's got the herb? Okay, McLean, this is not your turn. This is not necessarily a defensive action. I want you to roll stamina plus 3.
What?
And this is how I leave the game.
only have 1 damage so far. Get that 10.
Oh,
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
going.
McLean, you feel something tug at you. Something like someone was trying to staple your feet to the ground. And you're like, what the fuck? And you just shrug it off. No damage. It just doesn't happen.
What the fuck was it?
You don't know.
Magic.
And McLean, it's your turn now. So you just drop kicked this mofo.
You have
He doesn't
gristle
have a head
in
anymore.
He definitely
Gristle
does
in
not
your
have.
boots.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you don't wear boots, you wear PB Herman shoes.
Yeah, I have my.
No, you
blue
wear
suede-
Pee Wee Herman shoes. He has blue suede shoes.
That's right.
I had the Pee Wee Herman suit.
Your powers combined.
So, McLean, you are running distance to Conrad's opponent.
Alright, so we have. Where's Conrad's opponent?
If you were to turn, he's like to your left and a little bit back. So he's at like your 8 o'clock.
Okay, and is there anyone between me and. whoever
No,
Conrad's
you're.
fighting?
Well, Mark Carl moved closer, so you would have to move around him a little bit, but he's not particularly in your way.
Because I wanna grab my blade out of this headless horseman over here on the ground and throw it at Conrad's nemesis.
Okay, we are gonna call that Dex Firearms.
I thought Dex firearms. Think throwing swords isn't a dough thing?
Alright, fine, you're throwing a sword, Dex Del, why not? Hashtag YOLO.
I'm gonna roll ones no matter how many dice I get in.
It's just a matter of how many ones you roll.
Right. See?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Roll your damage, which is going to be whatever the damage on your blade is. Strength plus 2, I guess?
Strength plus 2, yeah.
Okay.
Mother, these rolls are just brutal. This guy's like
You
nearing
throw the
death
blade
now.
at him, and it wings off of a pillar next to him.
So I don't even hit him?
No.
Why the hell would I roll damage?
To make you feel good about yourself.
Ken, what's up?
Because there's always the off chance. Okay, that was 1 round fired. I have
2 bullets left.
Yes, I have 2 left.
You start carrying some ammo in that suit of infinite holding.
Well, it's not like I'm
He
walking
never
around
said he
with just
does it,
one
he's
mag.
just, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Good point.
Let's see. So he's still got his side turned to me, right?
A little closer to like his back.
Okay, so it's more. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna aim for the general back area. So.
Dex Firearms.
Yep.
Whatever the difficulty of your gun is.
All right. It's diff 7. Why is this compound? What? Hold on.
Oh, because of the exclamation points.
Oh. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Let's try this again.
Let's take
roll
the
that 10?
7th one.
Roll your damage.
Okay. That's
Standard damage of your gun.
right. Okay. Rerolling that 10.
There, bud.
You take your shot, and you go, come the fuck on, it's been long enough. And you pull the trigger, and the bullet goes straight through where his heart is. And he collapses,
Thank
and he
fuck.
collapses on the ground.
Thank fuck.
God. Thank you, Jesus.
Can I take the time to reload now I've seen the second guy drop?
It would have to be your next turn.
It would have to be. Okay, that's fine.
Conrad, you see a bullet about to be fired at the guy in front of you.
You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, Conrad, you're muted.
Sorry, I'll hold my turn.
Okay. The hunter in front of Conrad tries doing something and fails. Immediately fails it. Mark?
I'm gonna hold my turn as well. Has the other guy in the balcony done anything recently?
He has not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna hold my turn.
Okay. No, that's not gonna happen. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Alright. So you guys look at the balcony, seeing that he's the only surviving one left, and you see an object come soaring out. It's round, possibly oval-shaped.
Would I recognize it?
That's like a grenade.
Yes.
I stream out grenade and just like duck for like the
Whose
closest
action
time.
is held?
That was Mark's.
Conrad and Mark, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Conrad and Mark, your actions are held, and you see this grenade come flying towards you guys. It is poised to land in the center of all of you.
Well, can I use then matter to send that grenade back towards the guy who flung it at us?
That would be a forces effect.
Ah.
With matter, you could do things such as transmute what it physically is. You could set it so that the detonation pin doesn't hit anymore. You could degrade the explosive on the inside. You could physically change the matter of it. Now,
You know what? I want to change the matter of it so when it lands and detonates, confetti comes out.
I'm totally cool with it.
Yes.
It would
And
make
it would
sense too. with
completely keep in theme. Absolutely.
This poor rifleman has just been getting
It's just
nothing.
like, why is this happening? You can use a willpower if you'd like to give yourself a guaranteed success.
I think that's a must.
Yeah, why not? Let's
Seems
do
worth
that.
your time.
Yeah. Let's end this
All right,
travesty.
so guaranteed success. Go ahead and roll your Arete. It's all before you roll. It's matter level 2. You're transmuting. It's very simple transmutation. And it's coincidental. Difficulty of 5. What is your foci for matter?
For matter, it's a guitar pick.
Okay, so you have to make physical touch contact with it.
Yep, got it.
Cool. And it's difficulty of 4. Reroll that 10.
Nice, man.
Make it happen.
Come on.
Choke.
So, okay. So we'll see if that works. You reach out reality and you think it worked, but you're not 100% positive.
Okay.
Now we're up to Mark. Your action is still held. Do you want to do something?
Yes. What do I want to do though, boys? I want to do something.
I want to live.
I can do something with forces and or matter, so
You can always blend spheres.
yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything what I could do to make it fly back in the opposite direction towards him. Like any coincidence, basically.
No, that would definitely be a paradox. There's no
Yeah.
coincidence you could possibly convince me of.
Exactly.
It lands at the ground. The ground's made of rubber. It bounces back at him.
Yeah. Whoop.
Whoa!
Let's just have it so that. Let me look at something real quick. What page is that cheat sheet on? It's like the last one, right?
If you go to the very, very, very last
Mage
page
Ascension, Mage Ascension, right?
of Mage the Ascension core rulebook, it's a few pages. Like, in my actual hardcover book, here's the back cover,
Okay.
here's the back page, here's a sample character, empty character sheet,
Yeah.
here's the
okay.
cheat sheet.
Okay. I'm just. Can I have it chain?
Ow, fuck.
Stop, dog. Can I have it changed so that he just threw an apple at us instead of a grenade?
Yes.
Does that matter too?
Yes, but that's all, is your coincidence he's just so fucked up he didn't realize what he threw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you going to use a willpower?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your matter foci?
Is...
Please be the knock-knock joke.
No. It's the multi-tool.
Okay, so you have to reach out and touch the tool.
Yeah, it's just in my pocket.
Touch your touch your tool.
I'm touching my tool.
Get that
Thanks,
trending on
pal.
Twitter.
My Arate, right?
It's just your Arite. Yep. Okay, that is a complete success. You got 3 successes, including your 1 willpower. So you see Ken go, grenade! Is that an apple? It lands on the ground.
Grenade!
No, you definitely full-blown shout grenade.
Oh, okay.
It's an apple. And then it goes poof! And it explodes into confetti.
Oh, Christ.
From the balcony you hear, God damn it!
Now maybe I can convince him to jump. Since he's so broken.
No convincing required, just
Yeah.
Just tilts right over.
swan dive. Anyways. I don't even know where
Should
I
have
am
yelled
anymore.
William Tell.
Where the fuck am I? McLean, you're up for reasons. Just go. McLean's up. You're muted, McLean.
He's muted.
How far am I from the balcony guy?
You'd have to climb the stairs.
No, how far am I, like, directly?
Like in a
range.
straight line?
Yeah.
How tall is a house ceiling? Is what, about 12 feet? 10
12.
feet? 12 feet? So a normal house ceiling is about 12 feet. So the bottom of the balcony would be about 15 feet. To reach the railing, you're talking more like 20. Now there are statues and glass cases. Like if you look at the image in front of you, there's cabinets and stuff like that in front of you that are only about 6 to 8 feet.
Alright, so I want to, vault off of something nearby and use my blade to get his foot to the ground and pin him at the top of the balcony. And
So hold
Pretty
on.
much
So
you-
you're trying to do like a jump up things to the balcony and attack
Yeah.
him all in the same turn.
yeah,
You can
Straight up
only-
anime style.
You can reach the top of the balcony, but not attack. So you can certainly reach the top of the balcony in 1 turn.
no, but let's say to pull myself up, like it would be stabbing his foot as the final.
Well, his foot
Lifting
wouldn't be
myself
on the railing, don't forget.
Yeah, but isn't the railing broken by him?
The top of it was a little chipped, which caused him to fall off.
Oh, okay, I thought the railing was completely broken.
Now, if you want, you can just kind of land your body on him, like a body slam.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So, Guys throwing grenades at us. We gotta do something.
So this is actually a pretty difficult maneuver, so we're going to call this difficulty of 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the 2s.
Oh.
Oh! Keep it going.
So you run, and there's, a little table, and then there's a bigger thing, and then the bigger thing, and you also do 2 kicks off of one of the walls, and you kind of do like a sprint, and then you almost like the way a high jump works, and you kind of spin, jump, roll, and you land your body on him. Roll pure stamina for damage, because the damage is based on your bulk.
He's nimble for a big guy, man. Kind of marvel as he's doing this.
You land on him, but you don't necessarily do damage, because you kind of came in at an angle, but you're on top of him, like, prone.
Nice.
So he was kind of against the wall and chucked a grenade over his shoulder, is what it looks like to you, and you kind of landed on him. So you're in a very romantic embrace.
Well, you two are up there by yourselves right now. If you
Yes.
wanna
Ken,
handle
you're up.
business. Okay, so I've dove on the ground,
Yep.
pretty much.
Shouting grenade for an apple that exploded into confetti.
Oh. So in my confusion, after I brushed out the confusion, who is closest to the reliquary?
Which one?
The first floor one.
Assuming this is the correct one, it would be you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still not dead yet.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get any ideas. This is the second time you were like, oh, alright, everybody else is busy. Let me grab this reliquary.
Well, it's 1-on-3, but I have been.
It's 1-on-1 for now. None of you guys are on the second floor except for him, and none of you bitches is Superman like him.
Yeah, that's true.
This would be a perfect time for that grappling hook, Ken.
That is true. Yeah.
In before it latches into McLean's legs.
I was just kidding, though.
You know there's stairs like right in front of you, yes?
I'm
like,
aware.
Right there. Less than 6 feet.
And I will take those stairs as I'm reloading my weapon.
Fair enough. Your weapon is fully reloaded and you ran all the way up the stairs.
Okay.
Conrad.
Yeah,
You are
I'm
literally
also-
next to the stairs.
I'm going up the stairs.
Okay, you run up the stairs. Do you do anything else on your way up? This is
No.
a movement, not an action, so you could still perform like a magical effect or something like that.
No, I'm just going up the stairs.
Okay, so you go up the stairs. Mark Carl.
I run out the door.
Later, bitches!
You guys got it. I'm out.
I obviously gotta help them out. I gotta run upstairs too.
Okay, do you do anything on the way up? Any magical effects or anything?
No.
Okay, so you just run up the stairs.
Yeah, beneficial.
McLean, you land on this guy. He doesn't have any weapons in his hand, but he goes to punch you in the face. You're muted.
I parry it.
So, like, you don't dodge it. You actually want to, like, grab his arm.
Yes.
Cool. Dexto.
Bad, not bad.
So he goes to punch you in the face. Okay, so you have a fist kind of coming at you like this. You grab his arm and kind of pull it across his neck, and you're able to get an arm down on it. So you're almost doing like a front, like what would be, you know, like a chokehold, but from the front. And you're not choking him necessarily, but you have his arm pinned, like your hand is coming from this direction, pinning his arm down across his chest and neck. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Cool. So that's how you have him right now. And on that note, it's your turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna go for broke on this. I'm gonna grab one of my guns, point blank in the head, but before I pull the trigger, I kiss his cheek and say goodnight, sweetheart.
Yes. I don't care how many firearms you have, give yourself another one.
I think you should get willpower if he's missing any as well.
Yeah, if you're missing any willpower, if you've used any that you didn't replenish yet, replenish one. What is the damage counter on your gun?
5.
Give yourself another 3 on top of that.
Oh! He's gonna shoot him.
There's gonna be a mess up there.
I should just do the one-liners more often.
I don't even want to look.
So, he goes to swing at you. You pull his arm with one hand and pull it across his neck and pin it down. With the other, you pull out the gun that you had. You give him a little tender, like pulling his arm down. You go, "Good night, sweetheart." Put the gun right to his head and pull the trigger of your .45 caliber pistol. And his head is like spaghettified. I mean, it's worse than what would happen if he went into a black hole. Bullet enters cleanly one end, and brain is everywhere. boom, all over the wall. His face is unrecognizable, and he's got a hole the side of his head that you could fit a grapefruit into. Dexter would have a field day looking at this blood splatter. All of you witness this.
I'm probably wearing some of it too.
Yeah.
You guys are at the top of the stairs,
Oh.
so you guys would have to climb the stairs, turn left, go to the end, and turn left again to get to where he is.
So,
But you do hear,
Okay.
"Good night, sweetheart," bam, and then you hear, and with that, he is extremely like.
Is he okay? Holy shit! What a way to end it.
Yeah, serious. Oh my god.
Oh, I gotta turn aside now.
So,
Oh man.
with that, your current victory is assured. The battle has come to an end for now, but it is important to note that the priest is somewhere to be found. You don't know if either of the reliquaries on this floor or the one below you are worth your time. When you mentioned the item number, he seemed a little apprehensive. He didn't dart his eyes to either of them. So you have no way of knowing. In fact, it's unlikely that it's one of the two reliquaries in this room. Okay?
Just based on his reaction.
It is important to remember that gunshots and explosions went off in a church in Queens at roughly noon on a Thursday. So, the situation is as follows. You came here to get a reliquary. You tried doing it the nice way. It worked poorly. What you have now learned are hunters came and attacked you to defend the church, and they failed. Horribly. Their brains are everywhere.
Wait, what did you say about the hunters?
What you now know are hunters were there to defend the church and stop you from doing what you were trying to do, and they are dead. Very, very dead. However, you are in New York City. You are causing a ruckus. Gunshots are happening in a church in Queens. Logic tells at least Conrad, holy shit, cops. He doesn't hear sirens necessarily yet, okay? But your instinctual reaction is there might be cops on the way. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight with, oh my god, gunshots in a church. Okay?
Jesus.
And now, in real time, that was only about, 20 rounds? Not even 15 rounds? So you figure 15 times 6... is 03 is 90 seconds. So it's only been, it's been, I know 90 seconds is actually a minute and a half, but realistically we can say it's more like 2 to 3 minutes have passed since the start of combat.
Right.
So that's why cops aren't there yet. I mean, everyone knows that cops in New York do not have that good of a response time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
We didn't start firing immediately. So.
Exactly. So, but you do know that you just fired shots. You don't know where the reliquary is. You know where two are, but you don't know if either of them are correct. And you also don't know where the priest is. So we will pick up on that next week on Mage Mondays.
Yay.
So let's go ahead and go through our experience point divvy up.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, everyone gets 2. 1 for sitting down and 1 for what did you learn. Excellent. Excellent share. Anyway, so everyone gets 1 for sitting down, 1 for learning something. Then we always vote on the 4. Who helped the party the most, who moved the story along the most, who had the coolest effect, and who roleplayed the best. So I guess let's start with who roleplayed the best.
McLean, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair to say. McLean gets
Not
an
even
extra
close.
experience point.
Mm-hmm.
Who had the coolest effect?
The bang out of the rifle.
Yeah.
Bang out of the rifle.
Who
I
did-
just don't know
who
who
did
was
that?
responsible.
I
Well,
think
that
was
was
Darwin.
when they were firing at me. But it was the rifleman's rifle.
That's fine, but who caused
Yeah.
the magical effect to make the
That
gun
was
fail?
Darwin.
Yeah,
That was Flip?
Yeah.
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 Alright, so Flip, you get an extra point for coolest effect.
Sweet.
So we're not going to go with either the apple or the exploding confetti?
I think the precedent was set with the bang out of the
Yeah,
apple.
I think the bang really set everything up.
Okay, that's fair.
I agree, absolutely.
So that's 2 down. Next up is who moved the story along the most?
Ooh.
I could vote for McLean again, even though, I mean, he blew a couple people's brains out. Which,
I would vote.
I would say that I would hold that to the last one.
Yes, exactly. I agree with that.
I'll table that until later. All right.
yeah.
And then.
So then who helped? But so then who helped the? So we still haven't answered the question. Who moved the story along the most?
Wait, who got us into this?
Mark Carl.
Mark got us into the fight.
I mean,
so
yeah, I do what I do best.
All right. So Mark moved the story along the most, and then who helped the party the most?
McLean.
All right. McLean helped the party the most by fucking shattering skulls.
Yes, absolutely. Again,
Literally has 2 kills from this, so.
Victor Lux eating their brains does not afford you additional knowledge. No.
not only 2 kills, 2 incredible kills.
Yeah. Both with a little catchphrase, by the way.
Mm.
So that is all of the experience point divvying up that we have. And we will pick up next session with Battle's Over. Where's the reliquary?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Next time on Mage.
On Monday, Mage. Or
Mage
Mage Mondays. So I guess I'll end the session like I do with any time. What I do every time. Does anybody have questions, comments, concerns, changes?
Stop fucking with Roll20's dice mechanics while we fight.
Hacking initiated. You Natco hacked.
You're hacking.
So okay, well then with that, I guess we'll give our audience a fond farewell. I want to remind everyone that unless mitigating circumstances comes up, we will be streaming this every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays or latest by Wednesdays, I will have this on my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and search for ThrillJoeBaggins on YouTube. I will also have it on twitch.tv/ThrillJoeBaggins. Sponsored by VOD, sponsored by Poland Springs and Gatorade. So if you go to my Twitch page, you'll also see the VOD of it, probably in highlights because I typically cut out a little bit in the beginning. I don't know. Hey, Flip, do you guys have a VOD service?
Yes, we do. You can actually find it if you're in our chat. You can actually go in, type in !VOD, and it'll take you to vacker.tv, and you can go there and see the all the VODs from there.
Beautiful. So you can see the VOD on Dopefish if you'd like through Vacker.
Yep. Or I could be retarded. Thank you. On demand. I'm sorry. ! On demand.
There you go. So, thank you, Dopefish, for the link. Stay tuned tomorrow, Tuesday, at 6 p.m. Eastern for Thrill Joe's Throwbacks, where we revisit unsung heroes of gaming. Last week we featured Demon's Crest, an excellent game on the Super Nintendo. Tomorrow we'll be keeping up our Super Nintendo trend with Evo: The Search for Eden, one of Enix's underrated action RPGs, where you have to evolve through time. And if you're interested, any Sundays at 10 a.m., we do Lazy Sunday, where it's just kind of me hanging out, taking your requests, taking your song requests, playing something chill. If you want to join in the fun, play something co-op, I'm always there for you. So if, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like it, tune in next week for more.
So long, everybody.
Take it easy, everybody.